You're listening to littlepodcast.com. He didn't abuse it, he let it free!
So you can go to the Denver airport and find the lizard people. Yeah! My knowledge of Barbra Streisand is flawless.
Of Batman, that was like
jerking off to a mermaid statue.
A girl that likes games? Whoa! Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 406. I'm your host, as always, John_Danger, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Haig.
TJ DVD May.
Spanky.
Yeah.
Text
Spanky.
Joe to 30330.
Thank you, TJ, and Spanky, I guess, for immediately mentioning the Snapchat filters that we fuck around with the entire podcast.
You're welcome.
I
The
didn't
podcast
reference
with the
anything
cancer.
about, like, visually.
No, you're just waiting to Joe Biden.
Yeah, dude, this podcast is now officially sponsored by the Joe Biden for America campaign. Text Joe to go to W3033 Joe.
So, funny
Whatever.
thing about
Joe
politics is that I went to Wanakee to have a birthday dinner with my parents.
You're going to go to
today.
WannaFest?
What? I
WannaFest?
I don't think there's a WannaFest this year.
Wow, fucking masks.
Well,
Or
no.
bullshit.
But while I was there, I think it's generally a pretty conservative town, but I didn't see any Trump signs, and I saw one Biden sign, which lends me to believe that nobody is excited about this election.
Yeah, of course. It's like horrible person versus extremely horrible person.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! The lesser of two evils. Yay!
Guys, I've just been to twitter.com/real_Lance_man. And he's retweeted Donald J. Trump.
Really?
Retweet if I have your vote. I'm fairly certain it's not the real Donald Trump.
No.
Joined June 2020, real Donad Trump. It's who fucking Lance has retweeted real Donad Trump.
So he's voting
What
for
did I-
Donald Trump.
What did I say that he had? He had early onset boomerism.
Yes.
That is
Is literally what happens.
That is exactly what's happening.
It's like he's become, because like all he posts about now are like Ninja Turtles toys and like stuff from his childhood, and then also constantly talking about comic books.
Yeah. And
Like all
just like
boomers
new
do.
stuff that he's going to boycott because it doesn't agree with his political views.
Yeah, fair enough.
He does own a lot of people with facts and logic.
Not consuming any of the media that you like to own the libs.
Yeah. Like he was talking about, I guess he was doing like a show with like a bunch of other comics people where they're like talk on like a podcast kind of thing, and then they don't, he's not on it anymore. I don't want to
almost
call
like
out
it's-
someone who's
he's
been a
toxic.
friend for so long, but it's just like when you get
I've never
toxic,
been a
like-
friend of them. Go fuck yourself.
well, I'm not going to say that, but it's just that when you get toxic like that,
I'm better
people
on the
just don't wanna
podcast than
talk
you
to
were.
anymore.
That is true.
I don't know. You didn't get
too.
you didn't get a member to quit.
You
Yeah.
know what really grinds
You don't
my
have
gears?
stories about how you
fuck it.
abused
You know
a
what
small rodent.
He didn't abuse it. He let it free.
Oh no!
Yeah, where
I
I'm
remember
sure it
that
was
story.
immediately eaten by a hawk.
Or
I gotta find that episode.
You know
He went on a
what? You know
beautiful
what's
adventure.
really good in the Wisconsin wilderness? A fucking hamster. That's its natural habitat for
I
sure.
love that hamster. I love that hamster chewed through his like speaker cables that were like hanging near the cage, and it peed outside the cage.
The
because it would,
hamster
like, go
knew
up
you
on the
guys.
wall.
We should have listened to the hamster.
Spanky, I'm gonna have to.
Best podcast host.
I will find that episode for you, and I'll go ahead and just link you the clip.
I know. I need one thing I need to do though to help engagement with our podcast is probably clip out highlights from old episodes.
Can you
And, like,
clip
I
out
mean-
GIFs of the podcast? The audio feed?
Yeah. Audio
Gifs of
GIF.
the audio feed. Yeah.
That's going to be the new thing. It'll just be a GIF of a waveform, and then you'll have to read it to...
Yeah.
Like, no, I read audio.
I can
it's
read
fine.
waveforms. It's
With-
like the
with-
Matrix.
With captions, it's fine.
Yeah. And captchas. Which one of these doesn't have a car in it?
Oh fuck!
So look at this porn. You're going to have to let us know whether or not this car can see. This is like all helping Elon Musk as well. Because
Yeah,
it's like
it's just training algorithms that get licensed off to like.
I was about to say,
self-driving
why do you
things.
think that every single capture you ever look at has to deal with roads
Yeah.
and cars?
It's like find the
pedestrians?
crosswalk, find the bike, find the traffic light, find the car, find the bus.
Find out which of these cars has consented to its relations with this dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wrong
You guys know the
subreddit.
real reason why, right? Like
Why?
Cars
Yeah.
fucking dragons?
the real reason, and they'll tell you they're using you to train their self-driving car.
Exactly.
AI.
That's what we said. And before that, when it was
And
all
that's not like conspiracy theory. Like if you go to, I think it's recaptcha.com, they fucking tell you that.
yeah. But even before that, when it was just like distorted text that was used to train like book scanning software.
Which is way better than their fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go for a fucking self-driving car, though.
Oh, yeah.
If I had anywhere to go, I'd love a self-driving car.
Yeah, that's true. There isn't really anywhere
Yeah,
to
I
go.
would like to spend like 60 or 70 grand on a self-driving car so that I can stay at home during the pandemic 100% of my time.
Hey, self-driving car. Can you
Actually,
take me to the
technically,
McDonald's drive-thru?
My car right now is a self-driving car. My current car is a self-driving car because it's self-driving itself to all the places I'm going to, which is
Nowhere.
It's true. I just have to put a few inputs in, and it gets me to where I need to go.
Yeah.
My car actually has some pretty cool. My new car that I bought has some pretty cool shit in it. Like it has.
I'm John. I have a new car because I'm a 1%er.
It's not a new car. It's a used car.
I love
didn't buy a new car.
capitalism and owning a home. I'm going to become a landlord. My name's John. I'm going to own a second home and then rent it to people and threaten them with homelessness if they don't give me money for not doing anything.
You know, if you were on the Discord, which is discord.borninthese.net, you'll see that I've infiltrated a Facebook landlord thing, and I only post them getting owned by residents. Usually.
Yeah, just like Lance infiltrated right-wing Twitter, right? Wink, wink, wink,
That's
wink,
what's going on, yeah.
Wink,
we'll
wink,
say
wink.
that.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I do like to post about that on our Discord. I'm trying to think of, there was a really good one recently. It's mostly just like, because like I've said, landlords are basically literally like leeches of capitalism because they just are there to suck money out of people that actually work.
It's like scalping, but for real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I
they're
mean-
the ticket master.
Now, I don't have anything against a person who maybe owns their home and they rent out a room of the home to someone else or something. But it's like the people that buy like 5 houses and then jack up the prices of rent for like people that like can barely afford rent, and then like get mad at them for being like, you know, mean to them because they're shitty landlords. Like there was this one here from this lady. I should have blurred out the name, but don't dox this person. Anyway, my tenant who has not paid rent in 6 months is now saying she's coming to court with cash in her hand to pay the entire amount due. She said she's going to tell the judge that she refused to pay rent because I refused to send a new lease, removing her boyfriend. I love how she doesn't dispute that at all. Like, this person asked for them to send a new lease, removing another person off of it because they didn't want their boyfriend, which I'm assuming they broke up with or whatever, or they moved out, don't want them on the lease.
Yep. Fair.
But they didn't say
and
that.
I refuse to do that because I'm a bitch.
Yeah. I don't want the rent. I have an offer pending on the house, and one of the conditions is that it is vacant. My court date on Tuesday, on Tuesday, and the house is in Texas. So I can only assume this person doesn't live where they own this
I think they
house.
say later that they don't live locally.
She has not offered the money to me at all, only claims she has it from what I'm reading, which, you know, from what I'm reading, I think, well, which she doesn't have to give you if she has a pending court case over it. If she thinks her rights were infringed upon by you not performing the basic decent action of updating the lease. I don't know what the laws are in Texas. From what I'm reading, I think I can tell the judge I just want her out. I don't live locally, even though I was keeping it as a rental. I would not want someone I have to file an eviction to get rent. I have called a few lawyers in the area that want to charge me $300 an hour. So I'm hoping not to have to go that route. Any advice? And the advice is all, well, you're going to have to get a lawyer.
I love that it's a landlord versus lawyer, and like
it's just, yeah.
I mean, it's just the careers everybody hates.
I know, but it's like just full bullshit. I mean, this person literally, just bought a fucking house for cheap in some area. I know this too because I have some fucking friends I went to high school with that it not like great, but they're like getting way into like fucking real estate now and like buying houses and then turning them into rental properties. And then like I have a friend who is, I don't know his conservative views. I'm assuming he is because he's got a lot of money. So I'm assuming he's one of those types of people. But he's like buying properties, and he was like saying, "Well, what you got to do is you want to sell those to the cheap people. You want to be like a slumlord because those people don't expect anything to work and all this stuff." And I was like, "This is awful.
Yeah.
Like that sounds bad. Like you sound like a bad person. Why would you say that?" Like the goal should be for you to provide a nice place for someone to live that's affordable. Like, why are you saying like, oh, you can buy all the shitty appliances and everything, and they don't have to expect anything to get fixed quickly because the people that are really cheap don't complain, basically, because they have been like conditioned by capitalism and society that if you're someone who doesn't have any money and you complain about something, you just get fucking thrown away, basically.
Don't worry. When the latrine revolution happens, those will be the people on the chopping block because
that was the best thing I ever thought.
The actual elites will be protected, but the people that are like a couple steps above us will be the ones getting shit.
Well, it just where did I put that? Was that in the Facebook thing? No, nothing but memes. Yeah, that was nothing but memes. That was the Erfurt latrine disaster. An event that happened in Erfurt, Duchy of Thuringia, I don't know where the fuck that is, in 1184, where a number of nobles from across the Holy Roman Empire were meeting in a room at the Church of St. Peter, only for their combined weight to cause the floor to collapse into a latrine beneath the cellar and led to dozens of nobles drowning in liquid excrement. At least 60 people died. So, forget the guillotine.
That's so good.
Forget the guillotine. Let's throw these bitches in fucking toilets.
Because their combined weight was so much because they're all like fat and
they're all like the elites.
They're all like Muppet pegs and top hats.
So that is a very, very big thing about our podcast is eat the rich,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely my thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I don't know, we have some people from the past who are not into that kind of thinking, but...
Well, we had people who were into that kind of thinking before and then it inexplicably changed at some point.
Exactly. Somebody used to be like way like punk and metal, and now all of a sudden is like, hello, Mr. Policeman, can I please kiss your boots? Like, what has happened to you?
I don't know.
Like,
maybe he like got into some subculture and found out he was really into being submissive, and maybe that just explains everything. And then his political views had to follow.
Yeah,
it happens.
So, speaking of the past, I'm going to segue here.
Okay.
But it's not going to sound like I'm going to talk about the past because I played a new game this week.
He's gonna take you back to the past.
Wait, speaking of segues, remember the Segway creator?
Yeah.
Whoa, is he dead?
Well, yeah.
No.
He killed himself on a Segway.
No, that wasn't the creator. That was somebody who bought the company and was like became a new CEO and then drove a Segway off a cliff.
Okay. Okay, you're right. The inventor basically just sold the company, and then a guy. Yeah, I love that. Segway off a cliff.
That makes it better though, because he like didn't even invent anything. He just bought a company that already existed.
Jimmy Heselden, a British entrepreneur, former coal miner, became wealthy by manufacturing the Hesco Bastion barrier system in 2010. Oh, which is like the fucking thing they use in like war. So he was a war profiteer in 2010. So he built like a system where they basically like put like metal cages that can open. And you can pour like sand in it to make like a bulletproof barrier, basically to build like forward bases and stuff.
He had to invent a like box that you pour sand into.
I'm John.
Yeah,
now.
like a box.
The sentence on the Segway Incorporated Wikipedia is fantastic. It's two sentences in this paragraph. So basically, blah blah blah. Sold the company to a group led by British millionaire Jimmy Heselden. Go ahead. Chairman of Hesco Bastion, December 2009. After the sale, Dean Common, the inventor, was no longer involved with the company. 10 months after buying the company, Heselton died after he accidentally drove a Segway off a cliff. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the entire paragraph of that era.
If there was ever a Born in the 80s drinking game, one of the rules has to be drink every time John interrupts TJ.
I did that on purpose, knowing that was a meme. So, no, but the other thing
it's fine.
I wanted to point out is the absolute British way that this is described as to how he likely passed away. So they did the investigation.
He took a tumble.
A Segway vehicle was found near him. The West Yorkshire coroner concluded that Heselton had died accidentally and that he had probably, quote, got into difficulty. I love that term of fall off a cliff. He got into difficulty.
He got into a spot of bother.
No, when he reversed his vehicle to allow a man walking his dog to pass. So he literally was on his Segway on the thing, and he was like, "Oh, well, hello, sir. I'll let your dog pass. Let me." Oh! He just flies back off and fucking dies. Anyway,
are you sure the Segway didn't kill him intentionally?
I would say that he's probably I don't want to speak ill of the dead too much because I don't see anything terrible.
It's okay. He's in hell.
Yeah. What's he gonna do about it?
I just assumed he's bad because he's super rich. He had 340 million pounds, so he was probably a bad person.
That sounds heavy.
Anyone with almost a third of $1 billion is probably a bad person.
God damn it, Matt.
although I will give him some credit. Here's a quote. He donated a lot of money to charity. I mean, obviously not a ton. Although actually it is a ton. He donated 20 million. If you have 300 million, that's at least a significant. It's better than Bezos giving away 100,000th of his money in charity. He said
he goes to Walmart and puts a couple coins in the Red
that's
Cross
literally his charity. No, Heselton said there are people out there who are making money, and when times are good, I honestly believe people have a moral obligation to use their wealth to help others. So at least he said that, and he gave away at least what looks like 20 or 30 million.
But since he gets to choose his causes, he's really just trying to, he'll push up what he thinks is important as opposed to what society thinks is important because he's not paying his fair share in taxes.
No, I agree. That's the whole point with charity is bullshit. Because it's just rich people dodging taxes and then choosing to spend their money on philanthropic organizations that suit their personal needs that may not be
or that they own
for the society. Yeah, or that they own and they're self-dealing. Anyway, TJ, segue to a new video game.
A new video game that's reminiscent of an old video game because I played Battletoads this week.
Holy shit. There's a new Battletoads?
The new Battletoads came out, and it's on Xbox Game Pass. Yes.
Okay.
It's on Xbox Game Pass. It is, it's also on PC Game Pass. That's where I played it, is on the PC, because my Xbox isn't even hooked up right now. So yeah, the new Battletoads kind of starts off reminiscent of the old Battletoads, kind of a beat 'em up and whatnot. But from the title screen, it kind of mentions that it's going to be a genre mashup as you go through it. The trailer mentions that too. I've gotten through about 4 levels. They had a... how much do you guys know of the original Battletoads?
0.
I played it a long time ago.
I know this was the very first time in my life that I realized that I fucking hate people on the internet.
Okay.
This was an active meme. It was in 2007, mid-November 2007. There was this thing where it was like a 4chan joke where you would call GameStop and ask to pre-order Battletoads for Wii, and there's just tons and tons of videos of people prank calling and upsetting, basically emotionally abusing GameStop workers by just making their phone ring for an entire week, all just meme requesting this. And I was like, wow, I think I hate people on the internet. And then since then, we've almost gotten to 13 years since then. Have not changed my opinion about people on the internet.
Now, Spanky, I can expound on that quite a bit more because people have been doing that for multiple years, including my tenure at GameStop. Not necessarily specifically saying Battletoads for the Wii. Also, almost on a weekly basis nowadays, but it was really bad for a while. Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, the pawn shop featured in Pawn Stars, gets a prank phone call asking for Battletoads. And they bought a copy of Battletoads for NES just to say that they have it in stock. They will mention a ridiculous price, and they will never sell it just so they can say they always have it. But when I got the infamous Battletoads call, this was a couple months before Rare Replay. Battletoads is made by Rare Incorporated, a British game development company that used to be independent, partnered a lot with Nintendo because they did all the Donkey Kong Country games, but then they got bought out by Microsoft. So they were coming out with a collection of games for the Xbox One. It's 30 years of their history. They put 30 games in a collection, and Battletoads was included in that. So when people were calling and be like, hey, do you guys have Battletoads? I immediately, without missing a beat, I'm like, yes, you can pre-order Battletoads right now as part of Rare Replay, coming out April whatever. But also, if you want to get it today, we can order for you a copy of Battletoads for the Nintendo, Battletoads Double Dragon for the Nintendo, Battletoads Double Dragon for the Genesis, and Battletoads Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo. What can I get set up for you today? And the person on the phone's like, and then hung up. It's great.
Yeah, if you're gonna
absolutely
prank, you
great.
have to have a backup plan. You can't just freeze.
So mostly for John, and I guess any of the listeners, Battletoads was a game released for the Nintendo Entertainment System back in the 1980s. I'm guessing 87, but I'm not going to look that up right now because fact-checking is the detriment to all podcasts. It starts off as a beat-em-up game, kind of a la Double Dragon, but you play as one of two anthropomorphic toads. You're trying to save your third partner, also an anthropomorphic toad. As you beat up these enemies, like if you're doing a combo, you'll do a bunch of punches, and then your last punch, your fists will like morph and grow super big, or you'll like kick and your foot will go all crazy. The second level is kind of like you're rappelling down, but you're rappelling down a tunnel. So you could do things like morph into like a cannonball and smash the enemies off the walls.
And it's
third level,
extremely hard to do on multiplayer because you can hurt each other.
Yes. And the third level has one of the most infamously difficult things to do because the third level is called Turbo Tunnel, right? And has this you're on these
skidoo.
Fucking skidoos in the air, and you gotta jump at the right time, avoid walls, and you'll just fucking die. So far I haven't gotten super far in this game. This game does have a Turbo Tunnel level, but it's not done side-scrolling. It's done like almost like a racing game where you're kind of behind the characters. It's a lot more
almost
easy.
like an Outrun arcade game or something.
Yep. The game is also set so it's easily to play for couch co-op up to 3 people, because all 3 toads are available in this game right off the bat. If you play single player or 2-player, you can actually tag in with the toad that's out. If you run out of life or whatever, you do get to respawn after a certain amount of time, as long as you still have toads left to swap in for it.
You got to pre-order the Toad DLC to get the 4th Toad.
Yeah, it's Toad from Mario. He just comes in like, "Hi, hello, some Battletoads.
Hi, I'm a pizza topping.
Battletoads."
I played for a good 45 minutes. It's quite a bit of fun. The only thing I wish it had,
I like the art style.
Yeah,
because
really
we're talking modern day. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck's the online co-op? At least 2-player online co-op. It doesn't have it. Streets of Rage 4 has it. This doesn't have it. What the fuck?
You kind of have to have online co-op.
Let me go back. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, had online co-op up to 4. Castle Crashers has online co-op. This shit doesn't.
Scott Pilgrim game was so good.
I have it on one of my systems.
And it's impossible to get now, sad face.
Because of weird licensing issues.
There is rumbling rumors the past 2 weeks that they're trying to get it relicensed or get it reported to the new systems.
I saw Brian Lee O'Malley, who is the originator of Scott Pilgrim, had a tweet that said, "Hey, fans of the game, things are being worked on right now." So it sounds like at least there's some sort of discussion about how we can get this game re-released.
The big problem is you got 4 licenses you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Brian Lee O'Malley directly.
Yep.
You've got Universal Studios. You've got Anamanaguchi for his music. And I think Ubisoft actually produced the game.
Yeah.
So
you got like 4 giant corporations that all probably want more money than they're supposed to get from the. Or sorry, 2 giant corporations that probably want all the money from this, and then you have 1 amazing artist and 1 amazing musician that probably should get more money than they're going to get out of this.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They all have to agree basically for this to come out, which is just stupid. Anyway, but yeah, this is a fucking a Windows Xbox game on Steam day and day.
Yeah. So if you have Game Pass for PC or Xbox, give it a shot.
PC Game Pass because it is $5 a month and it comes with everything. And actually, I was really I don't know if you watched that Nintendo Indies showcase that they had.
I watched part of it.
The Nintendo.
The Nintendies. I think it's called something like that. Actually,
Chicken Nintendies.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They've done it as Nindies Showcase in the past.
That's it, Nindies Showcase.
Hey,
So
Nintendo America, get at me. Nintendies.
So
I own that idea right now.
There's a game that was like announced like coming to the Switch today, and it's called Spiritfarer, which looks really cool.
And that's Game Pass like right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cozy management game about dying. But
All
it's
right.
like where you play the ferry master for those that have deceased, and you build a boat to like go across the world and take like spirit friends across the mystical seas to their final like afterlife release or something. Anyways, the artwork is really like touching and cool, and it seems like a building boat management sim thing. It looked really cool, and I was like, this is great, it's coming out. And then I was like, oh, it's just on Game Pass. I could play this right now. I don't have to pay. I pay $5 a month to get Game Pass. I just have it now.
In the past 2 weeks, there's like 12 new games on Game Pass right now.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Well, not necessarily like new as in like they're brand new games, but like I don't know what Undermine is. I don't give a shit. Xeno Crisis, It Lurks Below, Trailmakers, Final Fantasy VII, which I think I mentioned last week, is now on Game Pass. Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's the one people are talking about right now. Spiritfarer, Crossing Souls,
Hot ass!
John's got his hot ass that he's got to use.
He does have his hot ass.
My HOTAS controller. And I read that the X52 is pre-built in the game with all of everything, like all the buttons pre-mapped. Like
Flameo, Mr. Hot Ass.
Exactly.
Flameo, hot ass.
So big fan of this of the Game Pass having that. Although I did read that is just the standard edition.
Oh well.
Did you see that there was a standard edition, the deluxe edition, and then the super deluxe edition, premium
deluxe.
Premium deluxe, and the premium deluxe is 120.
Okay, that's nice. I expected it to be more. So,
and the deluxe is 90, and then the regular is I think 60.
Do they all come with mayo and onions, or just the premium deluxe?
Actually,
sour cream. It comes with sour cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the premium
fresh
deluxe it's a creme fraiche aioli reduction. It's
it's a fancy mayonnaise.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think it's hilarious whenever people call something an aioli. I'm like, so you mean it's mayonnaise?
It's just mayo. It's just fancy flavored mayo.
Yeah.
But that game is 120 gigabytes, I think, to download. So that was fun.
Not surprised.
I had to delete a lot of shit to be able to fit that in my gaming drive. My 2 terabyte video game drive is full, and so I guess I need another hard drive. But the game looks incredible. I've only watched videos of people playing it, so I really do need to get this like set up and playing. But it's like a whole thing. I had to clean my desk off.
I've seen, so far in it is in Australia. There's this 2-story building that was incorrectly reported as 212 stories. So you have this 212-story building that's like the size of like the width and length of a double wide trailer or something. But it's 212 stories tall.
Yeah. So there's been some really kind of fun shit with like people flying around because I mean, like I said, it's the entire world has been like Bing Maps, like satellite imagery.
Bing Maps.
I mean it's Microsoft, so using Bing Maps, but maybe that's why it's not great. They got the Bing Maps, but
any like topography stuff is extremely good. Like
Yeah.
the all the topography is like really easy to measure and then do. But there's like some really weird quirks with their AI, the way they do it. Like they have no AI whatsoever for palm trees.
Oh yeah.
So if you ever go to any part of the country with palm tree or any part of the world with palm trees, there's just these like obelisks sticking out of the ground.
It just doesn't recognize that.
It doesn't know how to make a palm tree.
That's
so you just got like Los Angeles and stuff dotted with these like alien obelisk looking dudes.
So I think
I used to play. Well, not play, but I used to do Google Earth VR on the Vive, and if you zoom down to like street level, it starts to look really fucking like Dr. Seussy. It's crazy.
I know. So that's kind of like the way this game is too.
So basically, all the landmarks have to be individually like put in the game. They didn't do that for the Washington Monument, so it's just a skyscraper, but like the ground is still like the correct color with all the like circles and everything, and then right where the Washington Monument is just like a Washington Monument sized skyscraper.
But they fucking have Grover House like in here. Like it's cool like that they have all of these, like you can go to your neighborhood and they have like the flyover image. You can see your house. Have you heard of Grover House, or is that something? That's something awful. Deep cut, not deep cut. It's gotten pretty infamous. Just look, Grover, like the character from the Muppet, or from Sesame Street, the Muppet from Sesame Street. It's called Grover House, Haus. It's a whole something awful thread. There's a guy who like wanted to build his own house, but he was extremely bad at it. And the house is hilariously bad looking inside and outside. And so if you look up Grover House Flight Simulator, there's multiple photos of people flying a 747 into a shitty house.
This was a guy whose username on the Something Awful forums was Grover.
Yeah, so it was the Grover House.
Okay.
And the house is hilariously bad. Like, it's got, like, mismatching windows, like, just a big blank wall on one side. Like, it's obvious this guy just, like, was DIYing his house. It had like a fucking moat because he like ripped up so much ground around it, and it rained, so it was just like flooding constantly. It was just a nightmare. It's a really good thread. I think you have to pay to get into Something Awful archives now, but like going through his ridiculous terribleness and all the photos, I think you can find some Imgur threads where they go through like all of the highlight photos from it. But I love the idea. I haven't done it yet, but like I could get like a little tiny plane and fly over my neighborhood and see my fucking house, which is kind of cool.
And crash into your house.
And the other great thing about this is that Microsoft, at least with Flight Simulator, and the fact that it's on like Game Pass and everything now, and they've been pretty good about this, is I feel like they're going to be supporting it pretty good. They did it with the last Flight Simulator for years and years, putting out new updates where like they already have some of these available where they have airports that are already, rather than auto-generated, they have like hand-modeled airports that you can buy as DLC.
Okay.
And that's like
literally every single registered airport in the world you can launch from. So there's one in the tiny town of 1,000 people that I grew up in.
Yeah,
that's just a tiny little municipal airport that's just like mostly just some shitty asphalt. You can fly off of that.
So you can go to the Denver airport and find the lizard people in their underground caverns.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually, it's like a Frog Fractions type game.
Yeah, that's where the real game begins.
Flight Simulator, and you land in a certain way that the mountain opens, and you go into the underground lizard layer, and it becomes a completely different game.
If there was an indie game, that would be the game.
So TJ, Frog Fractions 2 did come out.
Okay, because I know you didn't you kickstart that?
Yes, Frog Fraction. It was Glittermitten Grove was the game that I received, and if you played in a certain way, Frog Fractions 2 started. And you can buy Glittermitten Grove on Steam. Frog Fractions 1 is now available on Steam. I think. I don't know how much it costs. Oh my god, that was a really good.
Calm down.
I just get really. I was my frog call. Okay. Frog Fractions.
It's a very amphibian-heavy episode.
Frog Fractions 3. Every time someone hiccups in unison with John, you start playing Frog Fractions 3.
So is there a secret? There's the secret code you put into Battletoads where it starts playing Frog Fractions.
So yeah, it's Frog Fractions. the game, and then if you buy the Frog Factions Game of the Decade edition on Steam, it comes with the hops. Or no, you can buy the Game of the Decade edition. Might be free. Yeah, it's free. But if you pay $10, you'll get the Hops Iconic Cap DLC, which just gives the frog a Rasta hat for $10. But I have heard rumblings that the Hops Iconic Cap DLC is Frog Factions 4, which means there's probably a Frog Factions 3 out there that hasn't been found yet. So I kind of am excited to try this one out as well. I'll see what the Steam reviews say. But anyway, they were saying but I don't know if you know. Do you know what the Hops Iconic Cap is referring to?
No, I don't.
Okay. So this was like having to do with the DLC for what was that PS4 and 360 or whatever launch game?
Which one?
That was the hacking game.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
I love Watch Dogs.
I think it was Watch Dogs.
It's Watch_Dogs, like John_Danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the Ubisoft tradition of too many special editions.
Yeah,
Watch Dogs. And there was a fuck God. Okay. Let me turn my fucking ad blocker on so I can read this goddamn article. Oh, usgamer.net. All right. Yeah, somebody put out the let me screen share. I get it. So somebody put out this came out. This was the DLC chart of all of the Watch Dogs editions that came out. There's the game disc. So that was the standard edition. You got that. And then only on PlayStation you got the white hat pack.
Yes.
But it is in the Vigilante edition of the game, which I guess was Europe, Middle East, Asia, and Australia only. I guess I thought this was available in more regions. But it was Aiden Pierce's Iconic Cap DLC. You got, his iconic Watch Dogs cap that he had. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, I think this is still going on with game releases and ridiculous different versions.
Yes.
Because this game had the standard, the special, the Vigilante edition, the Uplay exclusive edition, the limited edition, the DeadSec edition, the digital deluxe, the Uplay digital deluxe, the gold edition, which was on PlayStation Store only, and then the season pass, which didn't include everything. But yeah, so
I really hate that also poisoned Kingdom Hearts a little bit, because Kingdom Hearts 3 has a Keyblade that is specific to the platform you're playing on.
Yeah.
Yep. Xbox has a green one. What's the PlayStation one? Okay.
Well,
it's a blue one.
Those don't bother me quite as much because it's not like there's additional content only on one console. But it's still kind of really just put the game out on everything so we can play it. I don't know. But I love the fact that they referenced that fucking 2014 Ubisoft Watch Dogs game's ridiculous name for a DLC. So it's Hops Iconic Cap. I'll have to get this because it is confirmed to include the new Frog Factions. Now, yeah, I kickstarted the second one, and I actually sent the guy $10 for the first game and got the soundtrack download. And the soundtrack's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They have it for $5 on Steam, the soundtrack, so... a lot of great music, and it's really just a frog learning how to do fractions. It's a pretty good game. It's a very good.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's my campaign right now is everyone go on Steam if you haven't. It's free. Play Frog Factions. It's fucking great. I'm actually going to hit play on it right now so it downloads because I want to have this on my game. I want to have this on my computer. Well, I have 150 gigs free. I wonder how that happened. Windows? Did you not install Windows? I don't think it installed my 120 gig download for fucking Flight Simulator. I'll have to open up the Xbox app and see where it's at. Because anyway, but Frog Fractions is very small.
Matt, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Well, I just took an emergency poop, and that was pretty great because hashtag wet ass pussy.
I meant this week.
Oh, this week.
Lab.
Just making some songs, watching some Avatar. Occasionally working on a video that I'm supposed to be paid to edit, but whatever.
Maybe you should do that more.
Yeah.
Hold up. How do you have freelance work?
It's from the burlesque show.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So that's my week. I missed the
When's
raid.
Mercury gonna show up on the podcast?
Yeah.
I
need to meet
her.
I'm a big fan.
You know what? I should ask her.
I'm a swim fan.
God damn it. We're not going to reference that fucking movie. Oh, fucking shit.
Swim fan. Was that Julia Stiles?
I think
Who was
so.
the swim fan? 2002 horror movie. Yeah, wait, no, it isn't Julia Stiles. Is it? Erica Christensen, who is from the hit NBC sitcom Parenthood. I don't know if you ever saw that sitcom.
Oh, here's something I did this week.
That.
I watched that new Joker movie, and I saw the walking Phoenix, the Firebird guy walking around, and I'll tell you what, that was a good movie. I liked it.
It was good.
A lot of stuff seemed very familiar in that movie.
Yeah, I like the things that I will say about that movie before Spain gets here, because he'll just explode on how much it's awful. Because he
can still hear us though.
We live in a society. The only thing a bitch is gamer come.
Okay, so but I like the Joker movie as well. I think I would give
it. I actually like Joker, but I do.
I think it's like a 4 or 3.5 or 4 out of 5. The script is bad. Like the plot is really basic and very reminiscent of a lot of other things, which is
I don't think that's
great.
bad though.
It cops a little too much.
It's kind of just like watch this guy's shitty life fall apart and become more shitty. I thought it was, like what I found interesting about it was it doesn't make him a sympathetic character at all.
No.
Like,
in some ways, he's trying to get mental health help, but obviously the taxes of it's very reminiscent of the society we live in today, where people with mental health problems aren't able to get the help they need because the city doesn't care enough about them to give them the resources. But yes, go ahead. Sorry.
But like I don't know, it's not. I don't think it's like an anti-hero thing. I don't even actually really remember what that is because I haven't been in a college class for a while. But it's just basically like a movie with no heroes. Everybody's shitty here.
It's an ESH movie. Yeah. Everybody sucks here.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie was the bringing the Waynes into it, like going to Wayne Man. Like it just felt like. We get it. It's the movie's called Joker. It's made by DC. It's set in. We know what the story you're telling.
Yeah.
You do not have to put Bruce Wayne as a kid in it for no fucking reason.
Yeah, like it would have been. Let's see. I'll say two things. The first one's not spoilery at all. It would have been good to just have Bruce Wayne, or not Bruce. What is his dad's name?
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne. Just be a dick on television and just be a presence, and then
even he shows up to him once, Thomas Wayne, and he's a dick to him.
Yeah, and I'll say the other part. I'll say the other part in a spoiler-free way too, but like the stuff with his mom and her supposed connection to the Waynes, have that in the movie still too, without having him actually go and like stick his fingers in Batman's mouth.
Yeah,
I was like, does this really the movie is deserves praise for just Joaquin Phoenix performance is just fucking unhinged as hell. I will say if you liked that movie, I'll recommend a movie to you, Matt.
Okay.
And it's it's the Lynn Ramsey movie that came out last year that he was into that should have won more acclaim, but it didn't. I forget that it's got a really generic name, so I have to look it up. It is You Never Really Were Here, or You Were Never Really Here.
Okay.
It's 2017. It's I think it's on Prime.
Is
so
that
if you have
the
Amazon Prime? It's free.
That's not the one where he was like in character for several months and pissed off David Letterman, right?
That's possible. No. That was the
ago.
weird like fake documentary.
Oh right.
No, You Were Never Really Here is a movie based on a novella of the same name, directed by Lynn Ramsey, who's an incredible female director who obviously is always being snubbed. Whatever. But it's a movie basically about a man who it's Joaquin Phoenix. He's exactly identical to the Joker. And the fact that he's really fucked up and
he's
brooding.
a traumatized hired gun who rescues trafficked girls, it says.
But he's also the opposite in the fact that he's super skinny for the Joker movie, and this movie is very chubby. Basically, he's a big dude.
Okay.
He's a hired gun who rescues trafficked girls using brutal methods against their captors, and he's very fucked up. And it's very,
as you would have to be to find yourself in that line of work.
So
I gotta say, the way that the Joker movie affected me the most is that my friends got a dog that they named after a World of Warcraft character called Muradin Bronzebeard. But because that's a fucking weird thing to call a dog, they call it Murray. And now I can never not talk to their dog like, "Hello, Murray. Would you like to hear another joke, Murray?
What do you get?" Yeah.
But
you fucking deserve, Murray.
But Joaquin Phoenix's performance is really good. The soundtrack, which won the original compositions in it, which won a Academy Award, the very first female composer ever to win an Academy Award.
Are we talking about You Were Never Here? Really?
We're talking about Joker.
Okay.
The score
Okay.
is awesome. It is so fucking. It just like my wife and I were like sitting each other in the film, like we're just like, this is tense. Like the fucking soundtrack is just like the strings, and you're just like, you just feel unnerved. It was so good. But yeah, the script sucks. I mean, there's a point where like those fucking banker bros beat him up on the goddamn train and they're reciting Stephen Sondheim lyrics. How would those people know what Stephen Sondheim is? Like they're not theater nerds. They're fucking bros. There's just like bad written dialogue in that movie. That anything that is, Lauren's texting me because she's hearing me yelling about Stephen Sondheim.
I don't know. I didn't have any problems with the script. As I was watching it, there was nothing that really took me out of it and seemed like forced.
I think part of that like so little of the movie is the script. It's all his performance,
Other than the neighbor suddenly being in love with him, which gets resolved. That I was like, wait, what?
Well, I mean, that's all in his head.
Yeah. Well, spoilers,
send
John.
It's spoilers. Send in the clowns.
Maybe they were just Barbara. What's her name? Barbara
Bush?
No, the singer.
My favorite. I just
Barbara
remember.
Yeah. Didn't she sing "Send in the Clowns" too?
No. She did. Well, I mean,
I think she has a famous recording of it or something.
No, the famous recording of "Send in the Clowns" I think is Patti LuPone or Bette Midler.
The stairs scene in Joker is very infamous. In the Bronx, where those stairs actually are, there's a video on Twitter by Addison the Great of him going to the stairs with a dozen eggs and fucking throwing the eggs at people and saying, "Oh my god, that's what the Joker did in the Joker movie! Get the fuck out of here!" And just throwing eggs at these fucking people who were like filming themselves recreating the Joker scene.
That's funny.
It's hilarious.
I loved the people. I saw when they were like making it, people who lived next to those stairs have like a window facing those stairs and just were taking cell phone videos of just like what the fuck is happening, because you just see their cell phone video without any of the like artsy slow-mo and any of the music and stuff, and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
I watched a Little Night Music.
Eine kleine Nacht music.
The Little Night Music, which is the Send in the Clowns song is from. Glynis Johns was the person who originally. It was the You remember in Mary Poppins, the Disney movie? The mom from that. The kids, children's, that is the lady who did send.
Remember Mary Poppins when it turns out Mary Poppins was a hallucination, and then the kids start like riots and murdering
if we're
people.
talking about a little night music, get out of your chair.
Yeah,
bring Lauren in.
My favorite music.
My wife.
It's a
John's
very good
wife.
music. I like it a lot. But
John's wife.
Tell Lauren to join the
guys,
Discord.
I forgot to tell you, Borat 2 is potentially being filmed right
Yeah,
now.
I saw that.
Because that's what the world needs right now.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Borat 2 is being filmed, apparently.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because it's been long enough that people don't remember Borat.
John, just tell your wife to join the Discord, then she can just pop in and call anytime she wants.
Yeah.
So the only
TG
thing
will
that,
give her access to this channel.
You are right though. One of the most famous recordings of Send the Clowns is Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, my knowledge of Barbra Streisand is flawless. One time she was a mecha lizard on South Park.
So like, I think the problem I have with the like using the song "Send in the Clowns" too, but I guess maybe I'm working my way out of this and making it right for the creator, where I just have done this because like "Send in the Clowns" is not anything to do with clowns. Like it's just a term in the song used because it's a theater term of shit's gone to fucking hell. Send in the clowns.
It did like have a life outside of musical theater once people started covering it and stuff. So it found its way into pop culture. So it's plausible that a bunch of distros would have known it.
True. But I doubt that they would be listening to Barbra Streisand being like, "Oh yeah, gotta get these lyrics down."
You don't know them.
Anyway,
I knew the song.
Originally, the song I think was going to be "Send in the Fools," but they didn't like the ring of it, so they made "Send in the Clowns."
Clowns is a much better word. Sending the fools is an ugly sounding word.
Yeah. So I'm angry the fact that they used the song "Send in the Clowns" to talk about a guy who dressed up as a clown, but then the dumbass douche bros would have made that same dumb connection that isn't real.
Exactly.
So it actually is a good choice. So I've worked my around it.
It's a perfect movie, John.
What you're saying is the director of such great movies such as The Hangover and Hangover Part 2 is
that the same director?
It is the same fucking director.
Holy shit.
He also said that you can't make comedies now today with all of the PC culture.
Okay.
So
you can't make comedies because people just won't fucking they just want to be their genders and
you can make comedies, you just have to make good comedies instead of being like, hangover movie.
I think the worst part about the Joker movie is that it's actually pretty good, and a lot of really shitty people like it a lot. And now I have to be on the same side as them. That's the thing I dislike about it the most.
Yeah. Welcome to anything popular.
We live in a society.
I'm sorry. Road Trip, Old School, Starsky and Hutch, School for Scoundrels, The Hangover, Due Date, Hangover Part 2 and Part 3.
I liked most of those movies, actually. I liked Starsky and Hutch and
Starsky and Hutch is very good.
Is that the one with Ben Stiller in it?
Yes, Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
That was a good movie.
Correct. I'm not saying he's a bad director, and someone who directs comedies can't make another movie, and it's not a bad movie. Again, like I think people like to shit on it because of
we live in a society.
Yeah, but like it's good. The message is not like people are like, this is like the incel movie, and it is so not the case.
No,
the movie is the anti-rich people movie, is what it is.
It's like and it's I don't know. He's not like a sympathetic character. If it was like, we're supposed to cheer for the Joker, like then it would be the incel movie. But
yeah, he's a bad person, and he like murders people.
Yeah,
like his friends, like gruesomely.
I really did like the big murder joke at the end, though. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. What are you playing, TJ?
Track and field.
Okay, here's the exact quote. Phillips said in 2019, in the aftermath of his dark drama Joker release, that he had stopped making comedy films because of the backlash of woke culture, saying, "Go try and be funny nowadays with this PC culture."
PC load letter.
What the fuck does that mean?
Stuff
Guys,
like that. Go ahead.
I know that this isn't usually my job, but I've got a relationship.
Oh, there you go.
I have a couple too, and I want to see if you pick the one that I picked.
So mine is actually from r/relationship _ advice. So
Ooh,
I know that
okay.
r/relationships. So I thought if I went to relationship advice, I might find some different ones. This one, I don't know if it's if it's particularly like heinous, but I saw it and I'm like, I'm gonna talk about this one because this
TJ,
is
that
like,
button clicking is literally killing me.
Sorry. It's fine. I lost anyway.
My husband. My 5-year work. My 5-year
wife.
This is from the wife's writing this post.
My
spouse.
Wedding anniversary with my husband was last week. The traditional gift for 5 years is silverware. I wanted a new set and told my husband which he could get me as a gift. I knew he wanted an Apple Watch and bought that as a gift to him. On the day of our anniversary, I logged on to Reddit to find dozens of my posts and comments gilded. I found it odd as I don't post terribly often, and the gilded comments were old. It's also the first time I've received Reddit Gold. When the time came to exchange gifts, he gleefully opened his Apple Watch and began setting it up. I figured I'm all the excitement he forgot. I figured I'm all the excitement he forgot to give in all the excitement he forgot to give me my gift. So I gently prodded him. He told me to check Reddit. Ladies and gentlemen, my husband gilded me 24 times as an anniversary gift. He's a bit of a jokester, so I figured my real gift was coming. But Reddit, it's been a week. Do I say something? Buy the silverware myself? Some combination of the two? I feel if I don't say something, then the cycle will repeat itself.
I think I saw this somewhere. It's so bad.
My husband of 5 years bought me Reddit Gold for our anniversary. Is the name of the post.
That's terrible.
I mean,
I hate to figure out 5 years into this that you should never have married your husband.
So, like, I want to talk about this for a minute. As a married, as a married person on this podcast,
you fucking kidding me?
The only person whose wife was in this episode.
That's true. She was in this episode.
John, it's been almost 14 years.
Well, anyway, so
He'll get used
you've
to
been
it
married
eventually.
so long, it just feels like it's not new. Anyway, as a married person on the podcast, we don't really do anniversary gifts. Like, I think it's kind of meh. Like, we never really exchanged gifts for anniversary. Like, anniversary to me is a trip thing. Like, let's go on a trip for anniversary. You know, that's
we have kids. We're in a little different spot, so we kind of do gifts, but it's usually just stuff we need. So
yeah, I mean, like,
here's
like
some
missing
towels.
a 5-year anniversary gift is just like, okay, like, that's a bit weird. I mean, he tried to do something. He thought it out. You know, silver on Reddit. You know, like, it's a stupid gift, but at least he tried. Like, you know what I mean? Like, better than. I mean, like, she's like, oh, I want silverware. And he didn't buy silverware. He bought Reddit silver. But it's like, okay. Like, he just did a dumb thing.
I'm in two spots with that. Number one, the whole Reddit thing, and I get it's intangible, thought that counts and whatnot. But really, it doesn't give her actual shit at all. Because you know what Reddit Gold gives you? Access to one particular subreddit that no one uses. The lobby, I think is what it's called. Yeah. It's dumb. It's 100% dumb. But secondly, if you were really excited for getting silverware for your silver anniversary, why was this not discussed beforehand?
Yeah,
that's anniversary is 20 years.
Well, silverware, whatever. But anyway,
there's a tradition to buy silverware. I don't fucking know what that is.
Yeah,
how would I know that? It's like, communicate with your fucking partner if you want something.
Why was this not directly discussed anywhere from 1 to 3 months beforehand?
I'm mad at my husband for not reading my mind.
I saw a BuzzFeed article about how our 2-month anniversary, I should get cupcakes, and he didn't get me cupcakes. Reddit, should I leave my boyfriend?
Dude, every
2-month
day should be
anniversary.
cupcake anniversary.
Is like,
But still, just like, I don't want to take away from the fact that buying Reddit Gold or Silver as a gift is really fucking dumb.
I think that is a terrible gift. Yes, I agree. He did something. It wasn't what you wanted, but also you didn't tell him what you wanted. So
I'm gonna throw this in a big ... afterwards.
Okay.
So when Reddit first came out with their official iPhone and Android
invent
app,
Reddit? Oh, okay.
No.
no, but he did buy Reddit Gold for his wife for their anniversary.
My wife.
She doesn't have Reddit. It's fine. Well, she's searched things up and Reddit has popped up. That was checking for scams on something. But back when Reddit didn't have an official app and I was using Alien Blue on the iPhone, and then Reddit came out with their official app, they're like, hey, use this app. If you do so, you go in there. And they just gave me 3 years of gold for doing that. Reddit just gave everyone who got the app right away 3 years of gold.
I was in the same position.
Every month of gold you have, you ended up, once Reddit coins became a thing, you started getting free Reddit coins, which you can use to silver or gold or guild comments. I'm wondering if the husband did not pay anything to actually do that. He just used his stockpiled coins.
He was just like, I got these.
That's like a night before thing. Like your fucking reminder goes off, and you're like, "Oh shit, what do I just have?" And you're already on Reddit. You're like, man, I've got a bunch of these fucking Reddit coins. I bet you I could spin this into something.
John, what are you showing us?
Well, did you not see that 33 minutes ago the new Batman trailer came out?
Oh, I'm not going to show
With
this.
Robert-
We're going to get fucking...
With Robert
Yeah, we're gonna get
Pattinson?
content ID'd.
How would you get content ID'd from a fucking trailer?
There's going to be music,
extremely
dude.
easy to match.
Well, I could turn the music. It's Pattinson man.
Patman.
Ewan has already texted me telling me they like this trailer.
I saw some images, like 3 images that were released earlier, and they looked good. So
I mean, I like
I'll watch
Robert
the trailer
Pattinson
later.
as
Yeah,
the
he's a
Batman.
great actor. I get it.
yeah.
I don't
You know,
like
the problem I
anything
have-
he's ever been in.
What's that?
No, ooh, Catwoman.
The lighthouse was really good.
I
That
really
scene
need to see that.
of Batman that was like
Jerking
in the
off to a
rain on
mermaid
top of a
statue?
building.
What? Oh, am I
Well,
getting
when
the
you hang
movies
out with, when
confused
you hang
again?
out with Aquaman that much,
Yeah.
you know, things.
The one
Oh.
that where he was on top of the building and it was raining reminded me a lot of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie
Oh man,
because
you
he's
mean
also
peak
Batman.
cinema?
Yes, peak cinema.
Yeah. I mean, I hope this Batman movie is good.
Who's directing it?
It looks very grimdark to me, and the fact that it has the Riddler and it was like very dark looking. I don't know. Batman's got to be a little.
They're going
goofy.
to turn the Riddler into like a Jigsaw kind of guy.
basically.
I get a lot of flack because I don't like the Nolan Batman movies like at all. Because like I just they're so serious. Like the first one is probably my favorite. The Batman
Yeah,
series.
they're like, why so serious? You know?
Now this isn't the only Batman media that that had a trailer release in the past. I don't know if it was today or if it was yesterday.
DC's
but,
doing their Comic-Con fandom thing.
Gotcha. So that makes sense because there's a video game. What was it? Project Gotham? No, it's not Project Gotham. It's got Gotham in the name, but it's an open world Batman with multiple playable characters.
Batman October 2021.
Gotham Knights.
They confirmed.
Yeah, Gotham Knights. That's it.
They confirmed the release.
I
date.
just made that title up, so I have no idea.
No, I think it actually is Gotham Knights.
With a K, like KNIGHTS?
Does it take place in Miami and it has like a cool kind of hyperwave
Gotham
style?
Knights 1984.
It's an action RPG. So think if Kingdom Hearts and Destiny had a baby and was in Gotham.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
So, I got a Reddit chip I wanted to share, guys.
Ding,
Bing,
ding.
bing.
I have a couple actually, but
I was looking at Matt Reeves to see what else he done. It looked like he was J.J. Abrams' boy for a while.
So it'll be shitty.
Okay.
All right.
Well, he also did 2 of the Planet of the Apes movies, and those were really good.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
way
those,
better
too.
than they should have been.
Oh yeah, those are great. I love those. All right. How can I, 22M, start dating a Twitch streamer that I really like?
Oh, jeez.
You can't. Okay, first of all, you have to buy as much bathwater as you can. If you just tip enough bits, then eventually they'll love you. That's how it works. It's the same rules as a strip club. If you just tip money enough, then they love you. And they don't secretly despise you at all.
This is why I'm never worried about going on a Twitch stream, because I know I'm fucking ugly. So, like, I feel like I have protection.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
man.
you do give away your snap, though, your secret snap.
I don't know.
I don't.
With those,
And I know you think you don't. You think you don't have a Snapchat, but you do. I made it for you, and I have a very high-powered line.
I will only give Snapchats to people who screenshot their text Joe to 30330.
Text Joe to 30.
If you text Joe to 30330, screenshot it and put it in our Discord, I will give you my Snapchat.
Oh fuck! I'm doing that tonight. All right. All right. There's this Twitch streamer I've started to watch often, and I've grown to like her quite a bit.
Oh.
This may just sound like me being a viewer who's attracted to a hot Twitch streamer, but she lives in my city, and I'd like the opportunity to try to maybe meet up with her and ask her out. She's really pretty. I like her personality, and it's just really refreshing to see a girl who's into stuff like gaming, Star Wars, and some of the other nerdy things. Like, what is this guy?
A girl that's into Star Wars?
A girl that likes games? Whoa! Like, come on. Yeah, Matt, right there.
Buy my bathwater.
Snapchat filter is perfect for this. So all of my previous girlfriends hated stuff like that, and I can't help but to gravitate towards this Twitch.
Also, they totally existed, and they live in Canada.
Remember when we had a friend who had a girlfriend that did live in Canada?
No.
No.
Ewan lives in Canada.
They lived in Platteville, but we thought that they were in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, oh, yeah.
Sure.
You never see her. Anyway, the streamer's social media has her doing pretty basic stuff, like going out to eat and going to the gym. I'm not, like, stalking her.
Yeah, basic shit. Like,
I suppose
normal human
stuff. The simple thing would be to go to the gym that she goes to. But most people I know only go to the gym to work out for themselves and don't care to flirt and meet potential dates there. Well, thank God this guy at least has that sort of thought. My plan right now... Oh, God. This is so good.
The word plan should not have appeared in this post.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of Joker, what do you do?
Yeah. My plan right now is to apply for jobs at vitamin and nutrient stores that I suspect her of going to. These stores being right by the gym that she goes to. But there's no guarantee I get hired, nor is there a guarantee she even goes there. Like, he's got this scheme to, get employed. So I'm assuming he's not employed now, currently? He's going to quit his job to go work at a fucking...
Oh, I hope he quits his job.
To work at a fucking vitamin supplement store. I really just want a chance to be with this girl, and I don't know what to do to meet up with her. Any advice? Guys, what's your advice?
Don't. My advice is don't.
That's my advice for every relationships, so I know it sounds disingenuous coming from me, but don't.
I love this too. What are you gonna? She will see.
Sorry, it's not worth interrupting, but I've been watching TJ's fucking DVD snap thing.
Is it gonna hit the corner?
It almost hit a perfect corner, and it was like, whoa.
Well, describe TJ's Snapchat filter because I do want to actually explain it because it's great. It's that DVD fucking screensaver.
Like screensaver.
And I don't know if you saw this. I think I posted on Discord. Maybe I may have just been a tweet that I retweeted, but it was a video of someone showing the icon hitting the exact corner, and it was very satisfying.
It's the most when he was telling that story. TJ's
Come on.
thing was like
Come on.
2 pixels away from the corner.
Oh.
No, it was way closer than that. It was way closer. Okay. So we should probably continue with the relationship.
So there's a couple other things too. So some people respond talking about like, oh, how's she going to think of you as a fan? She'll just see you as nothing as a fan. If you really want a chance, hit her up on IG only. If you have good status and profile, it's the only way she'll not look at you as a fan. Good luck. That's a good point. Send her DM on Instagram.
Yeah, because nobody else is doing that, right?
No. But I mean, just be innocuous. Start up a conversation. She'll look at your profile, and if she's interested, she'll talk to you. If she's not, she'll just say, "Oh, hi, thanks," and then you don't continue the conversation. It's over. You failed.
Important thing: don't start the conversation by just saying hi. You don't just go into someone's DM and just be like, "Hi, what you up to?"
Just say that, like, oh, hey, in your Instagram photos, you had this, like, fucking Star Wars figurine that you're into. I got the same one. That's really cool. Haha. And then if she says cool, whatever, it doesn't respond to you back, it's over. If she is interested, she'll talk to you. That's how you do it. Like, just, that's it. Getting a job at a fucking GNC, hoping she'll come in so you can strike up what, are you gonna quit your job after that? Like, what's the... anyway.
So why are you leaving? Anyway, I guess this isn't the right store. I gotta go to another one.
If I were to meet up with her, I wouldn't even mention being a fan who watches her streams. I would just pretend to have never seen her before. We'll hopefully strike up a good conversation and things unfold from there. This guy's got this all planned out.
See, the thing is you can... There is no good way to like pretend you've not seen her streams. Because either you eventually do, or she eventually finds out. And both of those situations are fucking weird. Like, by the way... I before we ever met at that GNC randomly, I was a huge fan of your Twitch streams, which is super fucking creepy.
Oh, okay, this is weird. Like,
or you never tell her, and then you just log on to Twitch one day, and like she sees that you're subscribed to her follow her Twitch or whatever.
Tier 3, Tier 3 sub. You have her merch at the house.
Oh my
god! Every single like response to this is just like, hey, just send her a DM on one of her socials and ask her out like a normal person. But also no. And he's just like, I don't want to do that. This girl is out of my league in terms of looks, if you believe in leagues and stuff like that. And I feel like actually talking and striking up a conversation in person would improve my chances instead of messaging her randomly. I'm sure this has happened before. Like,
so he's just some fucking like disgusting fucking gamer boy who wants to fuck the hot streamer girl, but like knows that if she has to look at him, she'll say no.
What streamer girl
Pink
is
Sparkles.
Pink Sparkles.
You think it's Pink Sparkles? Let's go on Twitch right now and see who's live.
Yeah.
If there are any hot gamer girls streaming. What kind of things what is a 22-year-old watching on Twitch? Guys,
probably not Fortnite.
Fall Guys.
It's probably not.
Fall everybody's watching Fall Guys now.
All right, so let's put Fall Guys on, and let's find a lady, and let's just say that's her.
Okay, Fall Guys. We're looking for tits. Okay.
All right, yeah.
I'm going to do the just chatting one.
Oh,
yeah, you can try just chatting. That could be it too.
I'm going to sort. Make sure to sort by viewers because right now it sorts by recommended for you.
Oh, okay. I don't want that. Yeah, I want viewers. Thank
you. You could search for like the fitness streams too.
Here we go. You got 2 girls, the second one down. 2 girls in the same feed.
That's probably not it.
Just go on to just pick one at random and go onto their channel and be like, hey, I think this guy's talking to you or talking about you and post a link to the thing.
For some reason, all the ones that come up for me are in Spanish.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, like, because if she's into like games and Star Wars, she's probably playing something like not Fortnite,
some Star Wars game. I got it.
Nope, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That's a weeb game. I could go for some Ghost of Tsushima right now.
Yeah,
dude, hell yeah.
I made some sushi rice for the first time, and it was fucking delicious.
Well, here we go. Marvel's Avengers. That game probably came out with the trailer or something.
Well, it's the beta right now. Yeah.
You're the beta.
I am the beta.
Beta cut.
Yeah. I've been married for almost 14 years. Of course I am.
Heyo. My wife.
Good one. My wife. I have Valorant.
Oh yeah, Valorant is.
You know what? I was like thinking about like maybe I'd like to play Valorant, and then I found out it was a Riot Games game.
Yep.
And you were like, now I really want to.
I'm never gonna play it because Riot Games is awful.
Get the Red Hat DLC and the fuck your feelings.
What about
maybe
Jessica?
she's a League of Legends streamer.
What about Jessica? There's a streamer named Jessica, and like that's her
just
username.
Jessica.
Mm-hmm. Twitch.tv/Jessica.
She's doing Valorant.
Yeah.
But is she America based? Because I think this is.
Okay, we're gonna have to stalk this guy to figure out who he's stalking. We're gonna have to get 2 layers deep in this shit.
This is a Canadian 21-year-old streamer, so it could be. This is, or just say this is her. Although she did say, started streaming February 12th, 2019. Apex is my first game / FPS game. I started playing games in Jan 2020, so I doubt this is the person.
How does she feel about Star Wars?
Probably. I mean, if she's 21, I don't know. Like, I feel like you're too young to be way into Star Wars.
No, it's the children.
Star Wars is like a boomer thing.
No, everybody loves Star Wars, especially us young people. I definitely didn't just turn 34.
So anyway, I'm just assuming it's probably like a mid-tier streamer or something that he's like thinks he could get a shot with. You know,
maybe playing Rogue Company because
I'm done.
I'm bored. I'm bored. Let's do something else.
Guys, I got a better one.
Okay,
here we go. My 27F put my 26M cat to sleep without my permission or knowledge.
Oh, just tucked it in, or
fuck.
Give it some more milk.
It's a 26-year-old cat, for God's sakes. Let it sleep.
Yeah.
If
you're having trouble putting them to sleep, you can give them like a thimble full of bourbon. It's an old farm remedy.
No, this is one of those like terrible like things.
Yeah,
too. I guess it's crazy too because it involves COVID. The guy was sick with COVID.
Did the cat have COVID?
No, and his elderly cat got very sick. Took the wife to the vet. The vet said he needed a major surgery that would cost $8,000. And he had an emergency fund set up for this sort of thing. She didn't schedule it and didn't want to pay for it. She got a second opinion. The second opinion vet said to put it to sleep. So that's what she did. And then he got out of the fucking hospital from COVID to find out that his cat was dead.
Yeah, you gotta.
I would break up with her.
You gotta talk about that shit.
Cat. I would kill her parents, I think, if she killed my cat.
So like so I wanted to put this because like I think that sometimes spending $8,000 on a cat that is possibly going to. Some people spend too much money on their pets that are ill.
Yeah. That's true. However, if he had the fund set up, like if I'm putting money away on this, like if I want my 21-year and like 1 month cat to live to 1 more month for $8,000, and I've been putting money away for all those 21 years to do that, and it doesn't get spent on that, I would be very pissed off.
No, I agree. I mean, like this is she should have done this. I mean, you have to understand because like my thought is some people want to, and there are some vets that are going to be unethical and say, "Oh, I'll fix up your cat for $8,000, you know, and I'll take your money." And then some vets would say, "Well, actually, I mean, if they get this surgery, won't be able to walk. They're already very old. They're sick. You know, all that stuff. You got to think about this. Like, if your animal isn't going to be able to be themselves, you're just doing it for you at this point. You know, you got to think about. But reading more, he says his personal vet said the cat was healthy, and after surgery, it would save his life, and we'd go back to being, you know, the same cat it was. That's something that you should do if you have the money. You know, like I'm saying that I know some people that have cats that are old. I think they're really sad.
Even if they didn't have the money, you have to like talk about this before you just make a unilateral decision.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, it's just fucked up. And I'm sorry I did this, but
why would you do this to us, you misery?
I got
vampire.
a better one. So if you want to
talk, that's the kind of thing where it's like, I'm such a horrible person, I would keep that in my mind forever. And once their parents were like needed to go to a nursing home or whatever, I'd be like, just push hard on the morphine button.
Yeah.
We've talked about it.
Just put him in the crooked one from 60 minutes.
My mom just sprained her ankle. What happened? I'm like, we put her down, honey. It was cheaper that way.
Oh, it's so bad.
Don't worry, you can adopt a new mom from the Humane Society.
Yeah.
All right, give us something else, John.
I want to give you I'm finding a fun one.
Let's take a fun one.
Okay, here we go. This is good. This is a guy out of his depth here.
Uh-oh.
Ruined couch. GF will be pissed. Help a guy out. So I just imagine, like, before even reading this guy is moved in with his girlfriend. They're on good terms, and he just did some fucking dumbass thing that ruined their couch.
Okay, you're supposed to use red wine to get out a white wine stain, right?
Oh fuck! No. All right. So I know how, as I type this, I'm aware of how pathetic it makes me sound. Truthfully, I wouldn't care if I wasn't afraid of losing my girlfriend forever. So I grew up with a smothering stay-at-home mother. Oh boy. She did everything for me, and I was quite okay. So he's just saying not smothering, just
he's just saying he doesn't know how to clean shit.
Yes, everything for me, and I was quite spoiled in general. So I let her without ever complaining or learning how to do any housework on my own. When I moved out at 20, a little old, I was moving in with 3 other dudes, and we frankly lived in chaos. This sounds about right. This is the U.S. male fucking track. Move out from your parents. Your mom did everything. Move in with 3 dudes and absolutely trash the fuck out of an apartment.
Yeah.
Never really cared to clean up or knew how to.
I would always clean and do the dishes for them.
You were the odd couple guy.
Yep.
You were the one.
You were Felix.
Felix.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Oscars.
Yeah, I even would bring my laundry back home to the parents, and my mom would wash it for me, and send me home with meals for the week. But I mean, like, everyone did that in college. Like, I would take my laundry home in college, because I didn't want to pay the fucking like $1.50 it was to wash it.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to be there at the fucking laundromat.
Isn't that insane to think about? Like, I fucking did that forever. I would drive home to my parents just to do laundry, and they enjoyed it. Because I was home.
Yeah.
Like, it was
I actually bought a washing
let us
machine
cook
and a
you a
dryer.
meal.
Like, that was the first thing I bought was when I moved out was a washing machine and dryer.
That is like the adult, like the final stage of growing up and moving away from your parents is once you have your own washer and dryer, you don't need to go constantly to your parents to do laundry.
Yeah. I like, it was literally I have never lived away from my parents and not had a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
Like,
actually,
I moved.
I'm pretty sure the final stage of growing up
like,
is
I need a washer and dryer.
You challenge your parents to an Agni Kai.
Yeah, that's true. You have to do that.
I've been listening to the Agni Kai theme on YouTube Music. It's been great.
So, being a 20-something bachelor in college, I didn't care to change myself. I didn't need to. My mom helped me with laundry, whatever. Mm-hmm. But now I have a girlfriend. We moved in together 6 months ago, and it's not been going well. I don't want to say I have this image in my mind that women are supposed to do everything in a house, because I don't. But my girlfriend is very particular about the way things are, and she's a neat freak. So for the first 2 months or so, I sort of stepped back, figuring that she would prefer to take the lead on that. She wasn't happy with that and asked me to help out more and take initiative when things needed to be done. First I tried, but I accidentally broke the vacuum by overloading it with dog food kibble. This guy's a fucking moron. Oh, I love it.
Why are you vacuuming dog food kibble?
Because it's easiest.
Sparky,
what is he supposed to do? Sweep?
It's the vacuums now. Like, what a jerk.
Like, I get it. You spill, like he probably ripped a bag of dog food open and was like, oh, I need to clean this up. A vacuum is going to take longer than sweeping it up. Like, what the fuck?
So this guy obviously never learned how to clean. And this is another thing that I need to tell everyone that has kids. So TJ. But if you have children, teach them how to fucking cook and clean. It's not hard. Like, just be like, here's how you vacuum properly, because no one else will teach them that, and then they'll become this guy who might lose his girlfriend.
I tried to teach the cats how to clean up their own barf, and it's just not taking.
No. The dog does that.
No, that's what you get a dog for. Yeah. The dog will clean up the cat barf.
Oh, yeah. And then to clean up the dog barf, you need to get... I don't know.
You need a gorilla. I think at some point you get a bunch of snakes.
No. What happens is when you purchase a dog to live in your home, what you also need is a carpet cleaner because they are going to fuck up the carpets.
Mm-hmm.
They will poop and pee and barf on the carpets until they're trained, and now she only barfs on the carpet. So it's fixed.
You trained her to just barf.
I fucking love my dog. Sorry. I just love her so much. And I think about her all the time.
Judy's the best.
Yes. Oh, man. Dogs are the best. I'm a dog person now. Anyway, I love cats. I love my cats, too. I think of them as well. But my dog is just a big old idiot.
I love my cats.
I think
some of them were very fine people.
I think the reason why I like dogs more than cats is that dogs need you, whereas cats don't. So I feel like she depends on me, and I need to protect her. Where the cats, that'd be fine.
Dad, tell my cats that they're fucking, they're so fucking clingy.
Yeah,
yeah. My cats aren't quite as clingy.
You're in front of the microphone, and it's just
yeah.
I mean, my cats do that too, but like my dog needs me to let her out to go to the bathroom, and like she wants me to do things with her. Whereas the cats are just like
earlier, I had to literally go and pick up my cat and then set him down on the floor. Because like he kept coming in here and like meowing and clawing at me just so that I would go out there and give him a little bit of attention, and then I could come back in here and he would go to bed.
So anyway, this guy also broke the vacuum cleaner by overloading it with dog kibble. The dishes kept coming out of the dishwater still dirty. I mean, everyone's done that. You got to soak them a little bit first to rinse them off. And I ruined some shoes by putting them in the dryer.
Okay.
You ever put shoes in the dryer, boys?
Yeah,
I do,
but you can't expect them to.
Type of shoe.
Yeah, you got to put in like tennis shoes that are.
Well, I have some
running shoes that weigh like a couple ounces. They're like they're all fabric and there's nothing to them. I put those in the dryer, but I don't put like hiking boots in the dryer.
Yeah.
Well,
I have some hiking sandals that they're made out of some weird like space foam or something, and I put those in the dryer recently because they had sat in my closet for like 2 years. So I just ran them through the wash and dry, but they were already kind of like raggedy, and they're fine. But it is
another thing.
You don't want to put like a tennis shoe in there. That's gonna just all that shit's gonna soak up water in the washing. It's bad. Yeah, melt the rubber.
So like the proper way to wash your shoes is to hand wash them and air dry them. You don't need to throw them in the dryer.
Yeah.
But what else is I was going to say is one awesome thing about owning a home, and this isn't always the thing, like if you have a balcony in an apartment or something, is being able to fucking air dry laundry outside. I got like a fucking laundry line thing. Oh, it's so nice getting that, like the clothes when they come in from outside, they're all like smell like the outdoors. I love it. Anyway.
I think my favorite part about that is that like,
or a bird poops on your clothes, and that did happen to me once.
Yeah.
So that is a risk that you take, is that you're gonna have to put it right back in the washer. But it's worth it.
My favorite thing about that is washing comforters, like for bedding.
Yeah.
Because like I used to do this thing where I would take my comforter, like, and I put it in the dryer for 15 minutes, and I'd take it back out, and I'd fold it around so that different parts of it were touching the hot part of the dryer, and like I'd have to do that for an entire like 80 minutes in order to get my comforter dry.
But now you can, if you got the space outside, hang it up.
Yep.
I should put a clothesline up. I just have one of those like collapsible like clothing rack things, but I can just put that out on the balcony or out in the patio, and it dries really good out in the sun. But it'd be nice to have a line. Maybe I could get one of those lines that you like attach to the wall, and like a string comes out, and I can hook it up to.
Can I just give some practical advice to this dude from the question?
Uh-huh.
Whenever you're about to do something, Google it first. There's a lot of places on the internet where you can learn how to clean things.
I was about to say,
it's not
all
hard.
of my homeowner knowledge has come from, that looks weird. Let me Google that. And they'll be like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. Pretty easy. All right, here we go. We got more. So after that, I sort of went back to not contributing much until my girlfriend made us a chore chart that really helped at first. And I was learning to do different tasks with my mom's help, although my girlfriend was pissed when I told her this. So I think he was having his mom pinch hit on his chores. Like,
hopefully
anyway.
it was just like an advisory role.
What? This is amazing. But then this Monday, there was some glass shattered in our bedroom when she was at work. It was her day to sweep vacuum, so I just closed off the door to keep the dogs out and did my own chores, and then was watching TV when she got home.
Yeah, that's not
so
how
he
that
broke
works.
a glass in a room. It was like, on the floor. That's not my duty anymore. That's your day.
This is absolutely the kind of shit that like college guys do.
I know.
It's like fully lawful
I wasn't
neutral.
gonna walk there anytime after I broke that glass, so that's just the part of the house no one
Look,
walks in
the
anymore.
chart says it's your day to sweep, so I mean, I have to obey the chart.
I put a towel on it. It's fine.
So he did his own chores. She was pissed at me for leaving the mess for her, which I don't 100% agree with because it was her job for the day, but whatever. I don't feel like chores are the hill to die on in a relationship, so I ended up sweeping it up for her. And then in the evening, I still had the pleasure of once again discussing how she wasn't sure if we really are compatible. I take her for granted. I need to be helpful. Blah, blah, blah. I'm on thin ice right now, and I love my girlfriend. I want to keep our relationship intact. So I vowed to do whatever I can to make her happier. So today, while she's at work, one of the dogs throws up on the couch. Ooh, I knew it was going to come to this. One of the dogs had to throw up on the couch. I get under the kitchen sink, grab some cleaner and paper towels to get to work. Unfortunately, I didn't notice. What do you think?
Bleach.
Cleaner with bleach.
Unfortunately, I didn't notice until it was too late that the cleaner had bleach in it. And now there's a huge stain in the middle cushion of our basically new couch. I'm so fucked and I don't know how to apologize. Please, Reddit, help.
You're going to need a lot more cleaner, and congratulations on your new white couch.
Oh my god. Here's what Reddit said. Okay, so the comments from all you lovely people have scared the shit out of me. Basically, opened the eyes of my stupidity here. I flipped the couch cushion upside down, and I ordered a replacement that should be here within 22 days. I feel like telling her when there's a good chance I can get it fixed before she notices would be catastrophic for a relationship, so I'm going to keep it secret. Really kiss her ass
wrong,
for a while.
wrong.
I know.
You tell
her, and then you
lie.
say, and also here's the steps I've taken to remedy the situation.
Exactly. The easiest thing to
I've
say.
already ordered a replacement. It'll take less than a month to get here. I apologize, and you're done.
Totally.
You don't have to fucking hide it.
I know. It's like so, but I mean, he's like feels like he's in such thin ice that like one more fuck. This guy is like, what was the thing in Highlights for Children? He's goofy. He's goofus.
He's
goofus.
just trying to be.
He's just like one more goofus.
Gale.
Okay. There's so much more to this too. So I lie until the new. So he wants to lie until the new couch cushion gets there. No, just tell her I fucked it up. The dog puked. I cleaned it. I didn't see there was bleach. I fucked it up. I bought us a new couch cushion. It's on the way. It's fixed. That to me, even if you're
Also,
on thin ice, it's like
maybe throw
you
in
did a
like
dumb thing,
an extra
but you
present.
fixed it yourself.
And like, I think everyone has grabbed the wrong cleaner before.
Everyone's
like,
done that. Everyone's fucked up something by grabbing the wrong cleaner. It's happened. He tried, but he fucked it up because he's stupid. Anyway, okay. So the broken glass in the bedroom. We got a little more explanation about that. He makes some really bad points, but I want to make it clear: my relationship with the girlfriend is extremely serious. Like they live together, they have dogs together. You know, like they're trying to be serious. I just don't get why it's such a big deal to her. I would never break up with someone because she ruined a pair of shoes or something. I mean, she did once break my phone. It was inconvenient waiting for the replacement, but she's worth more to me than things. And I hope I'm worth more to her than things as well. Of course, I'll buy a new couch. That's not an issue. I hate that she feels I'm unhelpful because it's not true. I might not load the dishes correctly or leave pans in the sink, but I do all the yard work. I back her car in for her so it's easier for her to leave in the morning. I walk the dogs. Also working full time and doing my chores. She does a million extra little things. Oh, and the glass did break on its own. We have a screen glass door that had a huge crack in it. Somehow it shattered when I was asleep. So it was a fucking door shattered. And he's like, that's
I'll
hers
just leave that
on the floor. Like, what? I thought he like broke a glass. Like, oh my god.
Honestly,
dude.
if he's down with lying to his girlfriend, he should have lied about that. Because if it really did shatter on its own, you could have just been like, I didn't have any idea. I haven't been in this
the
room.
door was shut.
Yeah.
It just shattered. Anyway, I don't know if this is resolved all. Dude, you gotta fucking learn how to clean. Take a fucking cleaning class or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
like it's not that hard.
Remote right now.
I think the easiest way to learn how to clean is to like work in food or retail where they make you clean.
Yep.
Just find a
teach you how to
YouTube
do it.
channel. Find a YouTube channel that's like how to clean
clean
everything or something.
Yeah,
because like I remember working at like in food places, and that would people like 16-year-old kids who like obviously came from well-off families who never had to clean a thing in their fucking life. They'd be like put way too much water on the floor when they're mopping or something, and I would chew them out, but like also show them here's how you wring out your mop before you whatever. Like that kind of shit like sticks with you, so that whenever you get into the real world, when it's like I've just my dog has barfed on the table, do I get the fucking wood glue for this? Do like when like
no, you only use wood glue to clean off records.
Nice. Oh, but yeah, it's just funny how like how many obvious like idiot people exist, and it's like how can you not have
like
these basic life skills?
Dude, I'm totally that though. I don't have practical skills at all. But I can do computer stuff and make music and stuff, which is almost like being able to do chores well.
Do you know what I can do with my flame beard?
Breathe fire.
This is Snapchat filter. Is talk about the season 3, book 3 fire of Avatar.
Fire. Avatar.
Yeah, I talk about fucking Byte Book Club Avatar. This is.
Oh right, I do have a thing. I was like, I should get a sound for that. And I forgot I already do.
Yay! We need book 3. All right, list of the episodes. Here we go. So we watched episodes. So if you are listening to this now, you can stop it, catch up, and watch the episodes that we're going to talk about here. We're talking about Western Air Temple, Firebending Masters, Boiling Rock Part 1 and 2 on Netflix, or one long episode, and the Southern Raiders is the ones we watched.
Okay, and now I didn't get to see the Southern Raiders because I ran out of time, so I'll leave the podcast for that part.
Oh no, we can just leave
I'm just kidding. No, talk about it.
It's a pretty important episode. So, we'll just talk about it next week. It's not a big deal. Let's talk about the ones we watched.
Okay,
it's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
Well, people will have watched it this week, and will remember it a week from now. So let's talk about the Western Air Temple. So this is the follow-up to the failed invasion of the Fire Kingdom.
It's failed. Sad.
I said that Aang and his Burger King Kids Club arrive to the Western Air Temple because they got the whole crew.
We lost Pipsqueak.
Yeah.
Pipsqueak stayed back.
That's true.
We got the Duke, but no Pipsqueak.
Yeah, Pipsqueak was the big.
Yeah,
the big
and one of the people say, "Come on, Duke," and he's like, "I told you, it's the Duke."
The Duke. Yeah, which I liked. So yeah, they get back there, and then Zuko followed them on his war balloon, and basically shows up and is like, "Hey guys, let's be friends."
Well,
the
best part is before he shows up, he's like rehearsing in the woods, like how do I talk to people
in front of a badger frog?
Yeah.
Which I guessed, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because they call it a badger frog later. Like every time a badger frog croaks, I was like, "Oh shit, that's what they are." So go ahead.
Before Zuko even goes to meet them, the core team Avatar have a meeting.
Yeah. They're like, let these fucking kids go off and fuck around. Yeah. We need the core, the officers meeting.
Loot Council meeting. All right.
Loot Council.
Aang keeps wanting to run away because he's like, we fucked up. You can't do it. I don't want to think about it.
That's what they do.
Whatever. Yeah. But core meeting, Sokka's like, all right, so we need to think of a new plan, and for all intents and purposes, the new plan is the old plan. Aang needs to master his last element. He needs to find a firebending teacher.
Where will they find one?
Well, there was Chong Chong, or whatever his name was. from the
Oh,
first
you're
season.
not allowed to
Yeah,
say that.
they reference him, and then fucking Toph has a great line. I'll find out if it's important, because it was before they met Toph. So Toph was like, "Who is it?" I'll just figure it out if it's important. And I don't. So.
He's like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
That was a very like self-insert to like fourth wall breaking. Like, obviously, it's a cartoon show that's going to tell you if it's important.
Yeah.
So he's practicing a Badger Frog speech, saying, "Aang, I know you need a firebending teacher. I can teach you firebending." And that's exactly what the crew is like. We don't have a firebending teacher right now. We need to find one.
And some of the stuff he's like, I'm good now. I was bad before. I mean, I thought I was good before, but I guess I was bad, but I'm good now. It's like some real complex shit going on there.
I mean, it's this whole thing. I mean, like, he basically did the Mitchell and Webb look sketch of, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
As the Fire Nation. And was like, we are the baddies. And then he's like, I should switch sides, is literally what happened. So, Appa happily greets Zuko by licking him, which was a surprise.
Well,
was like,
and then you remember that he let Appa free.
That is true. And he says that, and they actually do believe him on that because the way Appa reacts. But they're like, oh, so he should be good because he wasn't being cruel to animals. Like, he was like, this chained up animal should be free.
Yeah.
And things go terribly, basically. They're like, nah, man, you fucking... Oh, yeah, because he's like, and I'm sorry I sent the Sparky Boom Man to kill you. And they're like,
Combustion Man.
You did that? Like, no.
No. The line is, you sent Combustion Man after this? And Zuko says, well, that's not his name.
But
yes.
They never say his name.
It's Sparky Boom Man.
You never get his name. He's just like, I fucked up. And of course, Toph is just like, you know what? I talked to General Iroh. He seemed like a cool guy. I'll talk to you. And so he goes up to his camp to talk to him. And this part is so weird, actually, thinking about it.
She freaks him out while he's sleeping. And since he can't see who it is, he just immediately sends fire at her, which ends up burning her feet. She's able to protect herself a little bit, but burning her feet makes her not be able to earthbend as well, and she can't see as well.
What is the name of the feet website that we go to?
WikiFeet.
Where is Toph on WikiFeet?
Toph.wikifeet.world.
That's underage, man.
No, she's actually 1,000-year-old demon or some shit.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I mean, Katara. Or, I'm sorry, Korra. Was it Korra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toph is in Korra.
Spoiler.
Toph Bei Fong. Let me find out.
Actually, she's mentioned a bunch in that. I think early on too.
Not on there.
But you don't see.
Let me just do a Google search. Then Bing search.
Pissed off, he had to leave.
Keep going.
He had to run to go to WikiFeet to look up Toph.
I bet he has to take an emergency shit.
Yeah, that's true. He ate too much Taco Bell, probably. So, she pushes him away with earthbending, and he yells, "Why am I so bad at being good?" And then, basically, they're like, "Where's Toph?" And she, like, fucking is, like, dragging herself along because she can't see with her feet now. And, like, earthbends. And
she kind of earthbends her way down, but very almost carelessly. Like, she just barely gets a tunnel back down to where she's at. My feet are burned.
She admits visiting Zuko the previous night, resulting in burning her. As Katara begins to heal her feet, she explains it was sort of an accident, and the gang ignores this and calls Zuko to a serious threat, planning to capture him. The thing that is weird about this to me is, if Toph thinks it was an accident, why did she run away so quickly and angrily?
I think it's because she couldn't see, like, with her feet.
I suppose it's just such a weird
when
thing.
I was watching it,
when she leaves,
like,
she's
when
like,
she was running away. She didn't seem scared or angry. Yeah. She was just freaked out that she couldn't see. Mostly,
it was more in shock than anything.
Because I was just like, because then she's still kind of on his side after that, and you're like, why didn't she just stick around? Did it hit the fucking corner?
It did. It hit the corner.
Oh, we
need to clip this. We got to clip it.
Clip it. Matt, clip it.
I'm trying to. I'll do it. Fucking mouse.
You gotta get the clip.
I got it.
Anyway,
keep going.
The DVD screensaver just hit the corner perfectly.
If you want to see it, go to HemsworthFeet.world. It'll be a clip that you can watch. So anyway, and then Combustion Man shows up and starts fucking shit up, basically. And Zuko arrives and like prevents it from getting a clear shot, which basically saves them. And then the others like see him fighting him, and he gets like fucking knocked down. And they fight Combustion Man for a while. It's pretty cool. But we get our first on-screen death of the entire series.
Oh yeah, he fucking dies.
His fucking metal leg flies through the air, detached from his body. I think he fucking died, and he blew himself up. Is what happened.
I can't say it because Matt just got back.
Oh, okay. I had to pee again.
There's a similar character that also meets a demise.
Oh, I missed the DVD hit.
I clipped it.
He clipped it. You can.
It's not the same.
Anyway, you can get to see it live. So basically, Combustion Man, like,
please use his proper name.
Gets Sparky Boo Man gets boomeranged in the head, which blocks his chi, and then he basically explodes. The only thing left of Combustion Man is his metal arm, which falls spinning into the depths as well. So I'm saying this is our first actual death on the show depicted.
Okay, so he did die.
I think so.
He didn't like just fall in a cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
The video or the fandom Wikia thing.
It says that he's dead.
It says that he's dead. Does it say deceased anywhere?
Yeah, it says Combustion Man. Maybe it doesn't say deceased. Let me just look. It doesn't say deceased, but it does say
last attempt and death.
And
what
death.
He says.
It does say that he.
If I didn't see a bloody
Combustion
corpse,
Man caused his own death by unintentionally unleashing a massive point-blank explosion.
Yeah. So so that's canon. He's dead.
So Combustion Man did kill himself
on this children's show.
Yeah, because he went to go like, oh, ouch, an explosion.
Yeah. And so then everyone's like, Zuko, thanks for helping us. And then he joins them. But Katara's like, I'll fuck you in the ass if you do anything wrong.
And what she says to, like, she's the only one that's really seen him like struggle with the battle for good and evil. Yeah. So she's like, I know you've tried to do this before and you just went back to being a shithead. So if you do that again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Guess who wrote this episode?
That lady that writes all the good ones.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Welch has. All right. Let's move to the Firebending Masters. I actually really like this episode, the Firebending Masters.
I did too, yeah.
There's a lot of really cool lore in this one. And so I think we mentioned this before, but the Badger Moles are who taught the first Earthbenders. Mm-hmm. They actually never mentioned the water one. The air bison.
They're just like, it's the moon.
The air bison taught the original airbenders. The moon taught waterbenders, I guess. I mean, it does the tides, so maybe they learned from that. But not the sun, but fucking dragons.
Dragons!
Which we've seen because Avatar Roku in one of the previous episodes was flying around on a dragon.
Yeah.
But they mentioned that there aren't any dragons anymore because they were all hunted off.
Because Iroh killed the last one.
Yeah, and Iroh killed the last one. That's why they call him the Dragon of the West, or whatever his nickname was. So that's kind of a cool thing you learned on this episode, the dragons. But it starts off because Zuko is having performance issues.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could say
his bending is a little bit limp.
Yeah, his fire bending is a little floppy.
Yeah, he's having combustion dysfunction.
That's fucking good.
And so they're like, oh, maybe we're at the wrong altitude. And they like go around. It doesn't work. And
then they're like, well, maybe you're just not pissed off enough. And he's like, well, I don't want to be fueled by rage again. That didn't really,
that's true.
That didn't really work out for me.
Yeah, I want to find out how to like pull my fire bending energy chi from not the I want to kill everyone space and more of the let's do it the right way. And so they're like, how can we figure this out? And that's when they say there isn't any original teachers of firebending left because the dragons have all been hunted, because the fucking cool thing to do was to hunt dragons for sport if you were a cool firebending guy, and you would get the title of dragon, which
So what you do is you're like a dentist from Minnesota, and you hire a bunch of people to like basically walk you
I want
through
to
it.
call back to earlier in the series. Iroh says, "Do you want to know why they call me Dragon?" And then like fire breathes after drinking alcohol. And it's like, that's not why they call you Dragon, though.
No, but
so
it is.
Kind of retcon that.
No, but it works, though, because you find out later he didn't actually kill the dragon. He learned from it. So that's a trick that he learned.
Spoiler! We were going to get to that.
I'm just saying, it works. Like
this episode has like 3 other details in it.
The dragon breath and the
dance.
Well, the dance, yeah.
The dragon breath that keeps Zuko alive, and also the thing that Iroh did, like that shit he probably learned from his experience with the dragons. I
don't want to rip on John O'Brien too much, but the plot of this episode's a bit weird because the thought is, let's go to the Sun Warriors, who are the original like firebenders, and let's go to their ancient abandoned civilization.
Maybe there's something there,
and learn from that. Maybe there's something there, and then they like fucking find. It's like an Indiana Jones episode. They're like there's traps and stuff. They like have to like step on weighted panels to like open a thing, and there's like an egg and a pedestal in the middle of the room that they want to steal, this golden thing, and they steal it, and then this goop like catches them and anything, and they're like, oh, we're trapped in the goop, which I thought was pretty fun. You know, they were stuck together in the goop. But then a guy shows up and he's like, actually, our civilization never went out, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible?
Well,
when you have the fucking
so
Fire
they kind of
Nation
allude to that because they're like, whoa, this booby trap is 1,000 years old, but it works like brand new.
Yeah.
But also, like, how do they just, like, never go outside during the day, but also they worship the sun? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So
you just have to assume that, like, nobody found it. Like, anybody that randomly stumbled upon it then got trapped and then had to do the dragon trial and either passed and lived or died. And if you were the kind of person that passed, you're probably going to keep the secret.
So they learned the kind of the form of the original firebending forms, which was like of the dragon. So there's all these kind of cool moves. It's like a fusion dance they do. I actually really like the way that that's depicted. Like it's very martial arts. Like here are the forms for this style, and so they
the first time they do it is like you don't really know that it's going to make a return. Because it looks like just kind of a way to open up the secret door. But like when they do it and they animate those same shots again with the dragons behind them, it's super cool.
It looks so cool because they're like doing these moves and you're like, this is why it's that. Because this is like the way the dragon flows and how the fire flows. And you get that. I love the world building in this show. And that's just another really cool thing where the actual martial arts they thought through to the point where how can this tie into the bending styles. And the dragons look super cool. They fucking fly around. Yeah, that's cool. It's a cool episode. And then Aang, of course, learns the lesson that fire is not destruction only, but it is energy and life. The sun brings life. You know, it is not only destruction, but it is also life. It's a bit of both. So, and he's learned the secret. And the dragons go. And then you learn, they say, well, I thought the dragons were all dead. And they're like, no. Iroh came here, did the trial, and then just claimed to have vanquished the dragons, but he actually just did their successful in their trial. So he was actually a cool guy. Because, of course, Iroh would never kill a dragon. Right. I think it would be kind of cooler if he would have in the past, and maybe he changed, but
yeah,
I like the explanation that they had. Sorry, I just hit the button and missed the episode. So we got to go to the next 2-part episode. The Boiling Rock.
The Boiling Rock.
Good old Boiling Rock.
I do really appreciate the one thing they did in like at the very beginning of this episode that was like accurate according to physics, which is that they were using a hot air balloon to get in above this boiling lake, but like because the air outside and the air in the hot air balloon were the same temperature, it stopped floating. And I was like, yes, that's actually how that would work. That's fucking cool.
This is why you don't take an air balloon over a volcano.
Yeah.
So Sokka's like, I gotta figure out where my dad is. He gets the information from Zuko.
Zuko's like,
to sneak
he's
off.
Probably in this super prison.
Yeah. He tries to sneak
and
off.
Sokka's like, well, I just wanted to know. No big reason why. Just to ask, And, like, Zuko's like, you aren't even, like, 1% convincing that you're not just going to sneak out and go to this fucking place. And he tries to take Appa, which is dumb for many reasons.
Yeah.
One, because it's a fucking volcano that, like, you're trying to take this animal to fly over.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if it gets hot and passes out, you just fall into the volcano and die.
Yeah.
And two, like, it's a giant bison, so, like, what are you going to do with it once you're there?
Yeah. Also, pretty conspicuous, because it's the only bison in the entire world. So
it is not, actually, the only bison in the entire world.
True. That's true.
It's just the only one we see in the show. Yeah.
Very rare creature that's very tied to the Avatar, so...
Then Zuko's just like, I'll fucking go with it. You will take my balloon. Let's go.
The other line that I love in this, when they're flying in on the balloon, Sokka goes to break the ice.
Fucking great.
And they talk about girls, and Zuko's like, I missed my ex-girlfriend May, who I left behind in the Fire Nation. And Sokka says, oh, my girlfriend turned into the moon. And Zuko replies with, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
I love that. It's like, yeah, that seems right. That's rough, buddy. Anyway. So, yeah,
it almost seems like that line was ad-libbed. Like, they were reading an actual line, and the voice actor was like, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
It's really good. So they crash land into Boiling Rock. They infiltrate unnoticed and steal some prison guard uniforms and pretend to be guards. There's a Chit Sang, who's a firebending prisoner, is being harassed by a guard, and so he firebends, and they send him to the cooler, which is like a fucking ice box that they put prisoners in. It's like actually
it's
cold,
a fridge.
So you can't firebend, basically. It's like literally a fridge they put you in.
It's like a tiny, like, little Soviet prison inside of this volcano prison.
I also like that when they are eating lunch with the guards, Zuko's like, where are the other what dangerous criminals are in this prison, And they're like, oh, he's the new guy. Take off the mask. And he's like, no, because you'll know immediately who I am.
Give him a week. He'll loosen up.
Yeah, exactly. Which I liked. Because they're not supposed to take their gear off.
Yeah, it's regulations. You could be attacked in the head at any time. Got to keep that helmet on.
Mm-hmm. I do like Zuko's. They find out that the Water Tribe prisoners are definitely not in the prison because they said there's no war prisoners here or something like that.
Yep.
And Zuko tries to cheer him up by imitating one of Iroh's wise sayings. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's like a cloud's got a dark side and a light side, with
and in between there's a
silver lining.
So it's like a
silver sandwich. And he's like, and then what is it? Sokka's like, oh yeah, and he's like, oh really? And he's like,
I didn't know what I was saying.
No, but there's Suki down there, and you see that Suki is in the prison, who was captured by
and
Azula.
Sokka is very horny for Suki.
His dick immediately gets
Oh,
hard.
god damn it.
You actually hear it clang against his fireman.
Yeah.
You actually do hear a noise that I like, but it's just the hard eye is going ding, 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 ding. It's like a video game noise.
One thing I do actually want to give them credit for is that when he does show up in the prison room and it opens up her door to go in, she doesn't say you're a little short to be a Fire Nation guard.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
I was expecting it too, actually, and I was like, I'm really glad they didn't decide to throw a Star Wars reference in, because I hate that when fucking serious things try and tongue-in-cheek reference a pop culture thing. It's just that is not funny.
Now anything Disney, it's because it's Nickelodeon and not fucking Disney or LucasArts. Because at the time LucasArts was doing stuff with Cartoon Network, and so if it was a Cartoon Network show, they would have.
So anyway, but then they embrace because she's like, "Oh my god, it's Sokka," and he's like, "We gotta figure out a way to get you."
He goes in there, almost does the exact same speech that she does to him when they were trying to board the boats to Ba Sing Se.
Okay.
Where he didn't recognize her. and then she ends up kicking him in the gut.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the way Suki does it is like she's not wearing the makeup anymore, so she's just like, "Oh, well, do you remember this?" And she gives him a little smooch, and he's like, "Suki." And then he tries to do it, so he's like, "Remember this?" And like it zooms up real close on his like slobbering.
Yeah.
Doesn't he still have the helmet?
And she
and shit
punches
on?
him in the stomach.
Yep. No,
so,
it's me.
And so, Sokka comes out in his guard disguise. Zuko is like keeping watch, basically, and another guard comes out and basically kind of learns their ruse a little bit because he's like, what's going on here? This isn't what we're supposed to be doing. And she's like, stop him, because Zuko tries to stop her from going in the cell. And so Zuko allows himself to be captured, basically. Because that's just the only way to save him. Sokka sneaks out, basically, then. And then Zuko is interrogated by the prison's warden, who knows Zuko because the warden is May's uncle.
Yep.
Which is like small world, I guess.
My uncle, yep.
And
My
then
uncle.
she said, her heart was broken after you left the Fire Nation, and he's going to turn him into his father and collect the giant reward, basically.
Well, after he has his fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, Zuko and Suki are mopping later, and Suki recognizes him as the person who almost burned down her village, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that."
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again. And so anyway, Sokka shows up and is like, "All right, here's the plan. There's the fucking cooler, right? It's insulated. It's, keeps the heat out, keeps the cool in. If we use it as a boat, it'll keep the water, the hot water out and us safe as we get across. And nobody will notice because there's these two guard towers or there's a blind spot where we can go across the lake. And so basically one of you needs to get into the cooler to unscrew it. And then fucking Chit Sang is like, hey, I heard you. I want in, and you're like, okay, thanks, Matt. Good avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they fight. Basically, Zuko, the plan's working, and then Zuko and Sokka hide, basically hearing war prisoners are coming the next day, basically. And
well, no,
shit.
That was, you're right. That's true.
Yeah. And so then they get the cooler cell down, basically, and they're like, you got to choose between staying here and possibility that your father shows up, or escaping now and getting Suki free, basically.
Now, one thing that was cool is that since Zuko was sent to the cooler, when Sokka goes to see him again, you see that he was keeping warm using the
technique that
the dragon
Iroh
breath
taught him. The dragon breath thing.
Yeah, the
That's
inner
how he
fire
kept
or whatever.
warm the inner fire. Yep. So,
it's like what Liam Neeson tells Batman. Take care of your chest, and your arms will take care of themselves, or whatever.
Yeah, and so
Batman.
Yeah, Chit Sang basically is like, fuck it, we're leaving then if you're not going to go. And Suki and Zuko agree to stay with him to see if indeed the Water Tribe prisoners show up the next day. And then the fucking Chit Sang is an idiot and is like, oh, this is taking too long to get across.
He's not a smart man.
So he breaks off part of the fucking boat that they're on. Is like, I'm gonna use it as a fucking oar, and immediately splashes boiling water all over himself. And is like, ah! And then they catch him.
And the whole caldera echoes like a megaphone. So
yeah. So anyway, they hide to see what prisoners come out of the it's like a gondola to get into the prison. Wow. Matt drinking ruins that avatar. It was terrifying. Stop. Oh my god. That filter is horrifying. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
So another thing I didn't like about this, the way it was written, again, not written by Elizabeth Welch, but is they are looking to see the prisoners come out, and they're like, oh man, all the prisoners come out, and it's like, oh, your father wasn't on there, And then they're like, you in the back, come out. And of course it's the dad. And I was like,
that's just some hacky TV bullshit.
You should have just had them all come out and then like him like be looking and be like, he's not there. And then like, you know, they're like, no, look again. No, he is there. Like you could have done it that way. It was a little hacky. But anyway, he's there. So we got the part 2 now, which is fucking awesome. I forgot how good this was. Like the fighting and shit in this. So, So they're at Boiling Rock. Dad's there. He fucking goes to his dad. He's still successfully a guard hiding.
Yeah.
You know, he shows up to his dad and it's like, hey, Dad, I'm gonna get you out of here. And then of course you have the 2 brilliant minds of Sokka and Hakoda together.
God,
come up with an escape plan. But they're interrupted by 2 guards. I'm trying to see this. Oh yeah, and so they devise a plan. Sokka manages his way into Zuko's prison cell and tries to share the plan, but gets interrupted. We're there to take him away, so he pretends to beat him up and reveals what to do next. And Zuko's taken away, where he's confronted by May.
Yeah,
so his ex shows up basically.
Yeah, he is in the interrogation chair, and May's in there.
Yeah. It's like, oh boy. And then of course he immediately gets hard because this is a sub dom thing that they've done many times before.
Yeah. They just never thought that the role play would come true, you know?
Yeah. So the prison role play experience begins, and of course she talks about the letter that he left him.
This wasn't about you.
I just realized, guys, that the Nintendo DS has a top screen and a bottom screen, so DS has to stand for Dom and Sub. I'm sorry.
Not that good, but I can't stop.
That's pretty good.
The Nintendo Dom Sub.
Yes, Nintendo Dom Sub. That's the episode title.
Nintendo Dom Sub.
That's fine. I presented our Byte Book Club chat with feet pics, so we're good.
Cool.
All right.
Our last episode was titled Nut.net, so I think we're on.
Nice. We're gonna get a whole new group of listeners.
So, anyway, So Chit Sang is also in an interrogation. They're like fucking holding him upside down or whatever, and he eventually gives in and says it was a guy disguised as a prison guard.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and so it's like obviously Sokka's fucking time is running thin. And then May is just like, "Why'd you leave me?" And he's like, "I had to." It's an awkward situation.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, the Fire Nation is." He's like, "The Fire Nation is evil, so I had to leave them." And she's like, "Okay, probably, but why? You're my boyfriend." Like, it's not a great situation. But anyway, they're going to escape in the gondola and take the warden as hostage, so they'll not cut the cables. Now, they didn't know this, I don't think, or maybe they did, because he gave the speech to them while they were guards up at the top, I think. And he said that he would rather die than let anyone escape to prison, which is foreboding.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
I'd rather swim in the boiling lake than have a.
So Sokka gets immediately grabbed because he's a new guard.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, we need to put you in a lineup." And Chit Sang's going to point out who let him free. And of course, Chit Sang points out the guard that bullied him in the first episode. And that guy gets like fucking taken away. And you're like,
he gets disappeared.
Awesome. And then, of course, the accused guard is being interrogated by the warden. And who shows up but fucking Princess Azula and Ty Lee? And you're like, oh shit. This ish just got serious.
Super serial.
Mm-hmm. The warden is furious that they're being interrupted, but Azula's like, "No, that's not him." Obviously, like, this is dumb. And then the warden's like, "How'd you know that?" And she calls herself, "Well, it's because I'm a people person." And you're like, So anyway, Sokka gets a guard to basically. He does the trope of, well, the warden told me to do it. I'm going to have to tell him that you said not to open up all the
you gotta
cells
let all
during
the
lockdown.
prisoners into the yard.
Yeah, and so all the prisoners go out in the yard. I like that Hakoda pushes a big, tough-looking prisoner to start a riot, and the prisoner's like, that hurt my feelings. Which is like...
I'm working on my anger issues.
Yeah, I'm trying to reform myself here, which is funny. But then Chit Sang is just like, I know you're doing another plan. I want in. And he's like, can you start a riot? And he's like, of course I can. And he lifts a bystander over his head and says, hey, let's riot! It's like, oh, it's that easy. And every inmate just starts fighting spontaneously.
Yeah, they now start shooting off firebending shit.
Yeah, and then that like anger issues guy is like, all right, fine. And he starts beating people up. You're like, all right, this is fun.
Now, Zuko still needs to get out of the interrogation room.
Yeah, Mai is still interrogating him.
Yeah, I forget how he gets out, but I know he ends up locking Mai in there.
Yeah, so what happens is a guard under the order of the uncles appears to say, oh, I got to protect you. There's a riot going on. And then Zuko firebends the guard's feet and then knocking him over and rushes out of the room. And the guard, I guess, attempts to shield Mai, preventing her from reacting, and he locks the door behind him, basically. And the guard and her are in the cell. And he meets up with the others, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the riot's happening. Everyone meets up and like, all right.
They're at the gondola. They got the warden.
No. Now we have to figure out how to get the warden. And as they're talking about it, Suki is running on people's heads.
Yeah, she's just crouching tigering that shit.
Yeah, straight up does the Ty Lee thing and takes everyone out on the way to getting the warden and just gets him.
Just nabs him.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. And then they all like show up like huffing and puffing as they went up the way she did. They're like, yes, good. So they get to the gondola. Zuko fucking beats up some guards and breaks the lever so they can't stop them, and they start ascending. And then, of course, as they start ascending, they look down and see Azula and Ty Lee.
Now,
down there.
Like maybe 1 minute before this scene, I said, I feel like firebenders should be able to fly like Iron Man. And literally that happens.
Well, Azula has done it, I think, once or twice earlier in the series. Yeah.
So Azula is probably the greatest firebender of all time, probably.
Greatest human firebender.
And so she's able to propel herself with firebending. And then they have a fucking badass gondola fight, which is really cool. Ty Lee's fucking flipping around on top. And meanwhile, while this is happening and everyone's distracted, the warden breaks free of this binding and just yells the guards, cut the wire! Which would literally kill everyone. And then Chit Sang restrains him, but it's too late. And everyone starts cutting the wire, which is insane to do.
It's this giant fucking saw, like two-man saw.
Yeah, so they had that saw just sitting at the ready, I guess.
Apparently.
You have to switch out wires sometimes, splice a new end.
Well, like, my thought, too, is that, like, the warden's got to be like, well, there's probably guards up at the top, too. Like, we can stop them up there. But I guess they do it without...
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be, like, an Alcatraz situation where they're like, no one would be able to cross this water, so we don't even need to worry about it.
Yeah, so Azula and Ty Lee are, like, hop on another gondola, which is going the opposite way. And they're like, well, bye, brother. Like, you're going to die now, which is pretty fucked up. But when the guards are just about done cutting, fucking Mai shows up and does her awesome dagger shit, which is...
She like, pins about 17 guards.
Which is even more incredible, because she's able to shoot like 100 daggers at a bunch of people without hitting a single person's flesh. She just pins every guard. Which I think is to the
walls,
show.
to the ground.
She's just good at what she does. And then they're like, why are you doing... Or Azula... Oh, no, guard asks her what she's doing. And she says, saving the jerk who dumped me.
Yeah.
And frees the line, basically. Which I thought was a good line. I mean, I do like Mai a lot. That's just me. It's my type. So anyway, they escape, basically. Oh yeah, and then they're like, "How do we get out of here?" And he's like, "Oh, Azula must have come somehow, some way." And they find the Fire Nation airship basically that she came on. And they hop in it and get out of there. Mm-hmm. May is detained by the guards and brought forth to Azula,
who's gonna execute her friend.
Yeah, basically. And Ty Lee watched from the sidelines fearfully as Azula demands to know why she let them escape.
Because I love him more than I feared you.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And then
you should have feared me more.
Yeah, basically. And she's about to fucking murder May with like a fucking fire blast, and Ty Lee just hops in and blocks all of her chi.
Yeah, she does that like pressure point thing.
Yeah. Ty Lee and May try to escape but are captured by the guards, and Azula is also dragged off by the guards. And she just says, "Let them rot in prison, so I'll never see them again." So it's assumed that May and Ty Lee are kept in prison, which is great to finally see Ty Lee be the character you assumed she was. Like, obviously she's not evil. She just feels like she has to help Azula because of, the implication.
Yeah.
Like at this point, if I don't help Azula, she's going to murder me.
On this metaphor... Because although they're on the metaphorical boat, because of the implication.
Yeah, exactly. I have to help her because if I don't, she'll kill me and my family. And so, but then at this point, it's just too far. Like her friend's going to get killed. Like she's friends with May way back, so she's like, save them. And that's what happens. Oh, and I love that Chit Sang also joins them.
Yeah. So the episode ends with...
Yeah,
a bunch of people
I'm new
with the group expanding with like the people they rescued and then the new guy.
That's right. Sokka and Zuko left a note saying that they're going off fishing to get some meat. And then it was like, "Hey, did you guys bring back some meat?" "Yeah, the best." And then they showed Suki and Dad. Suki and what the heck's his name? Hakoda. And then just Chit Sang just kind of like, "Oh, and me, I'm new."
Yeah,
and then Top's like, "Wait, you didn't actually bring any meat?"
And family.
Yeah.
The Southern Raiders episode is really good too because I forgot what's the line that they talk about in that.
I want to go on my field trip with Zuko.
It's another Zuko field trip.
Yeah.
But, shit. Oh, dang it. I lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about that one next week. But
so we'll do that and Brown Players, and we'll have to do the 4-part season finale.
Yep.
We're going to finish this up. The real question is, do we go straight to Korra, or do we watch the shitty movie?
Shitty movie.
Shitty
movie.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I will gladly see it again.
I don't
know if I would gladly see it again.
I'm excited to see how bad it is.
For the purposes of this podcast, I will gladly see it again.
All right.
It's not even like, if it was bad, it would almost be enjoyable. It's just extremely unentertaining. Like, it's one of those movies that spends a lot of time explaining itself, but like also extremely differently from the source material. So it's just like, we're explaining to the fans who would already know this why it's different than their show, and we're also confusing everyone who never watched the show.
I like the implications of the meat of friendship in the Southern Raiders episode, i.e. Sokka and Suki. If you remember what happens.
Do they fuck? There is a riff tracks of the Last Airbender.
There's a point. I won't spoil the episode, but there's a point when it's very obvious that Suki and Sokka were going to be hooking up, which is, they both deserve it, I suppose. They've been away for so long, and it's a different place, so the age of consent is different.
That got awkward at the end there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Born in the 80s. Wow, great time.
Oh, right on time.
I know, that was fucking perfect. I am John_Danger at the hell website, twitter.com.
I am Matt Haig. Everywhere.
Retweet garbage.
Matt Haig.
I am John Danger everywhere.
I'm Matt Haig.
I'm the real John Danger man.
Real_Matt Haig. .com.
Man.
My name is TJ, and I'm on the internet. May of May in most places. Find me on Twitch. Give me a sub. Give me a high five.
What in Madame too?
Yeah, give me a sub and a dom. Spanky, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, maybe you'll jump on my stream. We'll do some Kingdom Hearts. I need to get some achievements.
Yeah, I might do that.
Kingdom
Hearts. You can find me on hopefully nowhere because that's fucking weird. But
yeah,
like maybe I'll be on that Twitch.
You can find Spanky on FetLife.
You can find me on wikifeet.info / God, every time Matt's face moves with that Snapchat filter is horrifying.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
No.
Going to ABS.
They wiped on Cthulhu
OBS.
for like 100 times though, so if we can kill Cthulhu,
we will.
Spanky, what you doing tomorrow?
You should, Matt. You should just be on the officer chat. We just bitch so much about how terrible our guild is. It's awesome.
The old one or this one?
This one.
Talk about how terrible this guild is.
No, just like how nobody can fucking listen to instructions. It's really just the mages. Like
and hunters. Put your damn pets away.
Yeah, but like our mages, like we have such bad mages. Other than Resby, he's the only good mage. Like it's just insane because we had like that Mergzul person who like sold idols from an AQ20 run, and which wasn't cool. And they also like if you look at the logs, they like are so like their DPS is so bad compared. It's just like, oh my god, how do we not like how can our guild not have good mages? Like we need to recruit a mage, a resto shaman, and a warrior because Tank Tops is quitting the game.
Who's Tank Tops?
That was Gara from the main guild. You don't know them.
No, I meant like what kind of character?
Oh, it was a DPS warrior. It was Matt took the Shadow Priest spot from them in our guild.
I think I would be down to like play Resto Shaman in your guild, but I don't want to play World of Warcraft. Like I don't want to have to play other than raids, and that you can't do that.
Actually, well, yeah. Even as like a spot. I mean, you could if we were just clearing Blackwing Lair every week, like we are. But now that we're doing progression, you actually have to like go and farm consumables and be like prepared.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
Which is a little bit more time commitment than just raid logging. Because like when we were like at max Blackwing Lair, clear time, all that shit, like just thumping it every week in like an hour. Yeah, you don't need to bring any consumables to that because you just have the gear to just trash through it now, and everyone knows the fight so well. Like last week's Blackwing Lair was awesome. Like the one we did on.
Yeah, what are we down to? It's like 40 minutes or something now.
No, we're still at like an hour, but we're also not like racing. Like if we actually were trying to go fast, we could definitely do it in 45 minutes. But we're just kind of like, let's go quickly, but not so fast that we're gonna make a mistake and fuck everything up. So, no, an hour clear is pretty fast, which gives us lots of time to get the first 4 bosses of EQ down. Although I was kind of pissed that we went late on Wednesday, but fucking Zuriel and Jeffy are very sweaty guys when it comes to doing well. So they were just like, no, we have to do it. I'm like, dude, like, why do we need to try and get a viscous attempt in? We're going to not do it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit weird that we did that like with no world buffs or anything. Like we didn't get it last time with world buffs. Let's try it this time.
Yeah. Well,
I got
okay this time.
I just with the gold I've been farming, I just bought a shitload of this like Venom Shroud armor. That's like it's pretty shitty, but it all has nature resist, and I'm hoping that's decent enough.
Yeah, the Visk fight is just so like I don't know. I hate the Viscidus fight because it's literally somebody posted a meme from like Always Sunny where it's like you got to pay the troll toll to get into this boy's hole. Remember that? It's you got to pay the consumable toll to get into this loophole.
Do
mean,
I
it's literally
actually
just a
have
fight where you
to? If I have enough nature resist, doesn't matter how shitty the other stats on the armor are.
No, because for the Viscidus fight, it's literally survive long enough that he shatters, and then all the people with sappers do enough like AoE damage to kill it into things.
Aw,
Like,
shit,
all the
TJ, I
damage
love
from-
that filter.
Oh, sorry, I can't see anyone's.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh, it's because I just have your cameras turned off.
Your
yeah,
camera is
sorry.
off too, John.
Yeah, sorry, let me
I'm-
turn it on.
I'm gonna
That
save
might
this
be my
one.
favorite filter,
I
TJ.
was.
Let me show you the worst version of it. You want to see it?
I'm just flying
Yeah.
my guy back to park.
Oh no, delete it. Delete it.
I'm gonna save that one too. We'll go back to this one.
All right, so do you have us up on Twitch so I can get levels?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that.
Hello,
Right
3 viewers. How are
now. Hey,
you?
Matt was fucking balling on viewers
Yeah.
on
Well,
Wednesday.
Here's the problem. I don't think we're gonna get many right now.
Why?
It's end of SGDQ, and they're running the big Pokemon Shield run etiquette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
what?
had a lot of viewers on the
You had an
like,
insane amount of viewers on Wednesday.
yeah, it topped out at 44, I think, was the
Nice.
Well,
it's-
concurrent.
It's all about your web link at hemsworthfeet.world.
yeah. No, what it is like just whenever there's a new raid, people tune in a lot more
Wanna
to be
watch.
like, I want to see these guys fuck up. And then
Fair enough.
it got to a point where like enough of our guildies and I think some AdHom people were watching, and then
Okay.
when that number gets big enough, then you get randoms coming in and be like, oh, this
Yeah,
one
'cause
has
it's like,
like
oh,
20
there's-
viewers, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
and then
20 people.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
I think I have an idea.
Levels
Well, I know
sound
how to
good.
fix it, but we can deal with it later. Unless you can tell Discord to flop it for you.
Do I have
Dude,
Snap?
I always tell my Discord to flop it for me.
Flop it.
Wet ass pussy.
Wet ass flopsy.
Flopsy.
Man, I don't have Snap Cam turned on. God damn it.
You
Oh,
boomer.
now we have to listen to
You-
John
you
like
boomer.
get mad about how it doesn't work.
I can't figure it out.
How do I print PDF? How do I print PDF?
How do I
Alright,
download
PDF.
YouTube video? Download YouTube video, how?
How do I open PDF?
I might have shared it, but there was a picture of those fucking people
Those fucking people.
in St. Louis, the ones who were like aiming guns at protesters.
Yeah.
Oh, those.
That
Yeah.
says just how do I open PDF
Yeah.
on it.
Did they get all their shit confiscated?
They spoke at the Republican
so,
National
yes.
Convention.
Is that true? No, the RNC hasn't happened yet. And
Well, they're one of them is planned to speak at the RNC.
is that true though? Because there were a
Yes.
lot of fake announcements about the RNC on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I saw a lot of them after that, but no, one of them was actually planned on speaking.
Also, like before that, they were like, "We're actually pro-blacks and like our working
Yeah.
civil rights lawyer, and we're Democrats." And now they're like, "Well, no, we'll speak at the RNC because they've inconvenienced us as white people."
We'll speak at the RNC.
God, I fucking hate Snap Camera's application. I have to like
John
turn off
sucks at
Discord
this
to
so
turn it
bad.
on. No, I don't suck at it. I know
I
what
don't.
I have to do.
I don't
make
have
it
to
work.
turn off
It's annoying.
Discord to turn it on.
I don't have to turn off Discord either.
It's because
it's
I
fine.
think I have
I'm-
Discord running as an admin.
I'm I'm having fun. It's fine. I didn't hit the corner. Fuck.
If I keep this mohawk long enough, I'm gonna have to get some of those headphones that like wrap around the back.
Yeah, I get you.
You can get some AirPods.
Yeah. No, I think the next thing I need to get like some spiky leather vests or something.
Fuck yeah, dude! You just need to be cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Just get a spiky leather
this is-
vest and a Nintendo Power Glove, and you'll be set.
This is my prototype mask that has.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
It has a microphone holder, so that I can just plug in this SM57.
It's just so dumb that I have to close out of Discord, close out of the Snap camera, and then turn it on, and then open Discord when it works because it just won't. Oh, the beard.
How do I print PDF?
Okay, I got mine. I got my thing for the episode. Oh fuck, it doesn't work.
My arms are hurting.
Don't trust any
Bone
filters
hurting juice
that don't have that aren't made by Snap Ink.
Yeah, I know.
What, do you want me to switch back to the other one? Wait, I'll switch back to the other one.
No, that one's
I got
great.
this.
Dude. I actually love that one.
No. I got another one.
Jesus.
Okay,
I want to find a good background and then we can start. Levels sounded good, guys, so we're ready to go.
Okay.
We're fucking pro.
Let's get all the fucking Snapchat filter bullshit out of the way.
I'm already done. I'm just gonna leave this thing going.
All right, this is what I'm going. This is what I'm going as, guys. This is a fucking cancer one.
What? I love that so much.
The eyes are so wrong.
It's
I think
because
maybe that's
it's
the
expecting
joke.
it to be in like a 9:16 ratio.
Oh, you're totally true. I'm totally getting it.
You're totally true. You're so true.
I'm trying. I need to find a background.
Dude, I'm totally true. I don't know about you guys. I'm totally fucking true right now.
It sounds like we're about to get started, so I'm gonna pee before we start.
Yeah, why don't you get pee and then we'll start when you get back. I'm gonna find a perfect Snapchat filter for